If we're live. Let's see if that's true, guys. Are we live or what's up?
I don't think anybody can hear me.
I hear you.
Where'd he go?
Where did Tony
He
go?
disappeared. As soon as we went live, Tony disappeared. He's been here the whole time, and we go live, and he disappeared. All right, our host disappeared.
The host is gone. There he is.
Okay. Hey, the host is here.
We lost the host.
I don't know what happened there. Welcome, everybody. Tuxedo Tony is here. A little stressed out at the moment. Everything went silent on me. The camera went blank. But, hey, we're here. We're here, everybody.
We're live.
We're live.
The 2019 movies and films rankings by the Triple Flix Mafia, hosted by yours truly, Tuxedo Tony. In the top left corner, we have Chatty Bobby, 1130.
You can't see me because what up, Chatty 1130?
Yep. In the top right corner, over here, we have
Right
the
here.
Vizzy Bone.
Yo, yo, yo.
And then next to me, right here, we have Slasher Junkie.
What up?
I'm totally backwards. I'm just like, where's the camera? What am I doing here?
And then
But hey.
Tuxedo Tony is hosting it all.
Yes, I am the hostess with the mostest, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Jeff
don't
V
think-
is in the house.
I don't think they can see what's hiding under your beard.
Oh, hold on.
Tony
Get
dressed
my-
up for the occasion.
Yeah, I got my hair slicked back. I put hairspray in there so it stays slicked back. Let me get that fan back there. Boom, there it is. Bow tie Bobby in the house.
There you go.
Fuck you, Jordan. Let me say hi to everybody.
Look at this kid.
There's coronavirus, Tony, in the top right.
We have Anthony's in the house from last night. Jeff V, Blu-ray Madness. I Heart Blu-rays already up in here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We're going to bullshit around for about 10 minutes or so and then get right into this production.
This production. That's
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
It is going to be a production.
It
Yeah,
is.
man, we're excited to be doing it. We've been putting it off, and stuff keeps happening, and then we wanted to make sure we got all the stuff watched that we wanted to see. And then stuff just had the tornado happened, and that threw some stuff off for everybody. And then the coronavirus happened, and stuff happening. So
This has just not been like on the priority list.
Yeah.
no, not at all.
It's mid-March, and we're going over their 2019 favorite rankings of the year.
We've had lists for the, however long.
Yeah.
Trini, what up, Trini? How are you today, sir? Check out the bow tie. It's a special occasion tonight. Tuxedo Tony is hosting this event. I don't keep track with a countdown or anything like that because I'm the weird one. So I'm hosting the event tonight.
Tony is hosting.
And how we're going to do this, Chad's seen the most movies out of all three contestants tonight. He's seen 100. Slasher Junkies has seen 85 movies of 2019, and then the Viz was 76.
76.
76. So
Boom.
the first 15 we're going to be going over with old Chatty Bobby, and then Paul will jump right in, and then we'll just carry on. It should be a good time.
Jeff said I have notes. Well, I just have my list on my phone. I just have them listed 1 to 100.
I got my lines that I'm supposed to say for this production.
Paul was backstage for a while. We had to bring him.
Yeah, we had to get him out of the groupie section back there in the backstage area.
I was hanging out, pounding beers backstage for the show.
We're using StreamYard, which this is all new to us because we haven't streamed since Hangouts was a thing.
Yeah.
That hasn't been a thing for several months. So
Has there been a stream since the Home Alone?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah,
I think the
yeah.
last stream we did was maybe Comic
Trying to
Con.
make sure that everybody knew that Jordan was still alive.
The Scream Factory announcement stream, I think, was our last one that we did.
which would have been
maybe.
August of last year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like summertime.
So
Summertime.
let's see. Thank you, Trini. I appreciate that, brother. Elite 2 Omega. What's up? Elite 2 Omega. We got 9 people in here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe more.
It's a
Let me
party.
refresh it. Let me refresh it just a little bit.
Just let it crack off.
Okay, 10.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a long stream. We're gonna have fun doing this, man. We've been wanting to do it for a while, like we said. And there's a lot of movies to talk about, so we're gonna go through really quick couple, just 10, 15 seconds maybe per movie. And as if y'all want us to talk more about certain ones, we always can. So
what's up, Jason? That's Jason that we met down in Atlanta. Is in the chat now.
No, what's up, man?
I can't see the chat, so
Well,
Elite to Omega, we're doing our 2019 movie countdown and rankings. We're going to go through what we thought from worst to first, and we're going to talk about them. And that's what it's going to be, a long stream. We're going to be here for a little bit, but it's going to be fun. So, yeah.
Anthony said, better to see y'all than the 4 viruses of Tony. Oh, that was quite the treat that everybody got last night.
yeah, it was hilarious.
My wife woke up and said, "What
We
the
got to
hell
do
did
the
y'all do last
four
night?"
faces of Chatty Bobby next time.
Oh yeah, that's
The 4 hairstyles of Chatty Bobby will be the next.
I think we could probably pick 2 apiece
Yeah.
and and swap it up.
There's so many.
We can go with that high and tight look with that super fade going on.
We go the slick back, the Wolverine, the Logan look here going for a while.
I had that one like Tony's got, but mine wasn't as long as Tony's hair is now. But
It's pretty close.
what's up, Indy Phantom? What's up, Lori? What's up, everybody?
Hello.
14 people in here.
Yes, keep it coming. Keep on coming in. We're just gonna BS around a little till about 10 o'clock, and we'll get right into it. Should be an interesting list on everybody's end. Yes.
Yeah, he's majestic, is he? His hair is majestic.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you show off that bow tie too.
The hair keeps getting in the way. I need it.
Y'all do us a favor too and like the video for us. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We're not going to be as active probably this year as we were last year, but we're still going to be putting stuff out.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be scheduled as the last one. We went hard in the paint last year, and it was a lot of fun. But we're still going to do stuff on the channel, obviously.
It's probably going to be more live streams now.
Yeah, live streams. It's just easier for us, man, for live streams with all of our
stuff. Yeah, that and it's fun to. I think it's a whole lot more fun to interact with people with live streams.
And they get just as much traction on them or more traction than the other videos do. So
yeah,
I'd rather be just doing. I'm cool with just doing live streams here and there. Safer too, Izzy, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We may be stricken to just live streams. I mean, we may be stuck in our house for the next 3 months.
The only way we can talk to each other. Do a live stream.
Yeah. God forbid the internet go out.
But yeah, it was I will say before we get started, it was a very good year for movies. I thought 2019 was really.
I thought there was a lot of good movies. There wasn't a lot of great, there was a good handful of great movies, but there were a lot of solid, just real good solid movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to stay away from really, really shit movies.
Yeah.
Last year, I watched everything that I could watch. And a lot of bad stuff. So this year it was harder to find. I mean, there's still some shit turds, but it was harder to find. It was still harder to find them. You know what I mean?
Too old to die young. Had to make my best of years.
Yeah, I thought the year was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, my top 30. I mean, I loved all of them.
Yeah, I could say the same thing.
But there will be some shit turds.
Yeah.
Like Must Own.
What, Must Own shit turds?
Now he's something Must Own good ones.
I don't think in the past I could have ever said like my top 30 were like must buys, you know?
Yeah. And when you get into a big list like we have, 75 and up, like usually in between 40 and 60, they're not really bad. They're okay. They're cool. They're passable. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're just gonna have that in a big list, but that's just part of it.
And we have a lot of bad ones just because of liking horror movies.
Yeah.
You know, that adds so many like curveballs into the list because I mean we watched some really bad movies. You know.
Oh yeah, yep.
No, Ben. So what we're gonna do is, so I saw 100 movies. Paul Slasher Junkie saw 85, and Vizzy Bone saw 76. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my 100 to 85, and then me and Paul will go back and forth until we get to 76, and then we'll just wrote. You know what I'm saying? Since we all saw different, that's why we're gonna speed through it. We could probably get it all knocked out in a couple hours at the longest.
Oh yeah. We'll
I
roll
really
through
don't.
this.
I don't think it's gonna take that long.
No.
Yeah.
Once we get on a roll, it's gonna.
But we'll
it's
see.
It's gonna be a good time. A good time.
Heck yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in to us, man. We're glad to be back doing it. Glad to have Slasher Junkie on the stream with us tonight.
Yeah, boys.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Project Pat
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now from TFN. Let's see. Well, I guess we can go ahead. Was it 10, is it 10 o'clock yet? It's close to it, ain't it?
Yeah, it's close to it. I mean, we can go ahead and. Is everybody ready for this train to start rolling? We'll start off at number 100.
Tuxedo Tony's in charge.
I'm in charge of this one.
And even
So
I actually
question-
stopped at 100.
Just
I
for
had
this?
about 7 or 8 that I just didn't get to. I was telling Jordan earlier. I was talking to you earlier last night, but I can't remember when I talked to you. But my number 100, the worst movie that I saw in 2019. It was a close one. It was Candy Corn's the worst movie I saw in 2019.
Interesting.
I hated everything about Candy Corn. I thought it was complete dog shit, bro. It wasn't.
It was a very bad movie. It
I didn't
was.
like it at all, bro.
To make it to 100
You'll hear
on
it
there.
pretty soon on my list too.
Yeah, it could have been above a couple of these, but it's my last because I was hyped for it, and it came out, and I was just like, no. By the way, is 1031 a 2019?
No,
No.
Yeah, good.
no, it's
I didn't put
20.
it on mine. So my number 100 is Candy Corn. I don't know if anybody saw that in the chat. All 4 of us saw it, but yeah, I didn't care for that one at all. It wasn't like I hated completely. I mean, I did hate it, but that's what Candy Corn reminded. Like that picture of Tony. That's the face.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep. There's Jordan. Jordan's having a little audio problems at the moment.
I can't hear
Okay.
Tony or Chad.
Oh Lord.
Oh, jeez.
We'll try back. We got a minute till
Can
we
y'all
get
hear
to
me
you.
now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I hear you.
I can hear Paul.
You just want to back out and come back in?
Yeah.
Tony looks like he's frozen.
I'm not frozen. I'm moving.
No, he
He's
just moved.
moving.
I'm moving.
He's mobile.
I can't hear him.
Okay.
I can't hear him.
We'll tell him to back
Chad,
out.
you just keep doing
Hey.
your thing. Like I'll figure it out.
Okay.
All
At
right.
number 99, we'll go right on to 99 with Chatty
Just
Bobby.
ignore me. for
Okay,
a
so
while.
my number 99 movie of the year. This movie was awful. I went into this movie knowing it was going to be awful. I heard nothing but bad things about it. Fanatic with John Travolta. This movie was dreadful. But it was so much fun. It was so terrible. But I would watch it again because it's so terrible. It's almost one of those that you have to watch. John Travolta, I don't know what he's doing anymore. But this was an awful movie. Fred Durst directed it. And it's just bad, man. Paul, did you see it?
Mm-mm.
No,
I did not see it. No.
no, see, I failed to see Fanatic as well.
Y'all gotta watch it to say. Don't pay for it ever.
I have heard that it's awful though.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, I've heard nothing good out of that
But
movie
it's
whatsoever.
very entertaining with it being such a terrible movie. So that's my number 99.
Okay.
My
Let's
number
keep-
98 would be. Or go ahead.
No, go roll with it, buddy.
Oh, okay. Is Jordan come back in? Let me get him. He's backstage. Hang on. Boom.
Stage.
He's backstage with the groupies now.
Can you
Can you
hear
hear
us,
me?
Jordan? I can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
us?
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, I can hear. I
Okay.
can hear y'all.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So my number 99 was Fanatic with Travolta. Horrible, but it's fun. Horrible, but it's bad. It's really bad. Number 98 is a movie that I rented at the beginning of the year. I was renting a bunch of stuff on YouTube, and it was a movie called The Car Road to Revenge. I guess it was a sequel to the original Car movie. This movie was just dog shit. There was nothing. I mean, it was terrible. There's not really much to say about that one. It was when I was getting those straight to digital movies rentals for like $4 a piece, and I was trying them out. Don't go watch The Car. It's horrible.
I remember seeing the DVD at Walmart. That's about it.
Man. Number 97 is one that actually was at the theater, and it was bad. I got it in like a buy two get one or something. I can't remember how I got it, but it was Countdown. It was dog shit. It's the movie about the app where you count down till you die, and I can't remember if Paul, was that one a Blumhouse?
Yeah.
God.
It was one of their PG-13.
It was just a PG-13 shit turd. It was like Truth or Dare, but way worse. Wasn't scary. The death scene, I mean, it was PG-13, so it was taken away from all the kills. The acting was atrocious. The best thing about the movie was Tom Segura was in it. He was the only one that actually could act. Atrocious.
Just hashtag atrocious.
Number 97 was Countdown. I don't recommend it. But I got it in like a BOGO. So I can't remember when I got it at, but it was cheap.
So
you what?
Nothing.
Number 96 was a Netflix horror movie that I heard people saying was pretty good. I think Paul can correct me on this. Is Mercy Black also a Blumhouse?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about that.
Well, Mercy Black's a Netflix horror movie. I had multiple people tell me that they thought it was really good, and I hated it. I didn't think it was scary. It was a real run-of-the-mill, nothing special about it. And when I was making my list, it kept getting put further and further down. So that's my number 96.
It just sounds like it'd be one at the end of one.
Do what?
I said that sounds like it'd be a movie at the end of a list.
Yeah, it was a Blumhouse as well.
Yeah. Number 95 is one of these Hulu Into the Dark series movies called Pilgrim. The idea was cool. It just wasn't any count. A lot of those are real hit and miss, those Into the Dark Hulu movies. But it's basically just about this group that comes and that reenacts like the Plymouth Rock stuff. They're like acting like pilgrims. It's like part of like this Thanksgiving tradition, but they're all crazy. But it just doesn't deliver, and the acting's real bad in it. So it was shit. But it was free. It's on Hulu. So number 95 was Pilgrim. 94 was the Banana Splits movie. I don't know if anybody in the chat saw that one. I actually bought that one at work, and it was a waste of money. It was really bad. It had cool kills, like real over the top kills, but the acting's just really bad, and it's not a good horror movie. Did you see that one, Paul?
No.
Yeah. See, a lot of these are. So number 94 was Banana Splits. 93 is one that Ivy talked about all year long. That was at the bottom of his list, and I see why. Captive State. This really disappointed me. The reason why this one was so far down is that I thought it was cool. The idea was cool. When I see the trailer at the theater and stuff, and you think you're going into the movie and it's like one movie, but then it turns into this whole bloated ass, like they just did way too much with it. They were trying to do too much with it instead of making it just an alien invasion movie. And I hated it, man. It was, and especially you got John Goodman in it. I didn't even think he did that well in it. It really disappointed me. So that's my number 93. 92, around Christmas time, I watched a Prime on Amazon Prime Christmas horror movie called Holiday Hell. I don't know if y'all saw that one, Jordan. I know you was watching a lot of those Christmas horror movies last year, but
I've never even heard of that one.
It started out cool, man. It was a horror anthology. The first story was cool, and then it just was shoo the rest of the way. It wasn't, but it was just one of those times where around Christmas time, I was like, let's see if there's any horror movies on there, and it just didn't deliver. So that was my number 92. Oh, number 91 is one I know that some of us have seen. I know Paul's seen it. Nightmare Cinema, another horror anthology. I just couldn't go with it, bro. I wanted to. But
The cover looked cool.
the cover looked really cool.
It had potential just by the cover, but
yeah. So that was my number
I
91.
don't remember one scene from it. I just know I didn't like it.
Yeah. And I'm usually more lenient on anthologies because I like anthologies a lot and I want to like them. But this one I just couldn't get down with. I tried. I watched it all the way through, but I the first time I tried to watch it, I cut it off because I just wasn't feeling it. I finished it. I just couldn't. It just wasn't any good to me. I just didn't like it. Number 90 is really, really terrible, but it wasn't towards the bottom because as terrible as it was almost like a comedy, and that's Velocipaster. It was on Amazon Prime.
I remember hearing about that.
90's still pretty low.
It is low, but I mean, did you watch that one, Paul?
No, I did not.
Dude, it's only like an hour and 10 minutes, so it was. I mean, it's Velocipaster. It's about a pastor that's a fucking dinosaur.
So
Like-
the pastor is like he is the dinosaur.
Yeah, he just transforms into it. It makes no sense, but it knows it's ridiculous. It's just bad. It's a bad movie.
Huh.
Number 89 is one that I know Jordan's seen, and I saw it towards the beginning of 2019, and I was kind of hype about it, and it was the most boring movie I watched all year. That's The Vanishing. It was just a snooze fest, bro.
I turned it off at some point.
Oh, it was so boring, bro. It's got some good. It has some good actors in it, but it was just.
Got Gerard Butler in it.
Yeah, it was Gerard Butler, and it just was shoo. It was a January movie for sure. It felt like
I'm a Gerard Butler fan.
So people are liking Pilgrim. Okay, well, see, your worst of last year, Ryan, was Black Christmas. I refused to watch that one, so I didn't.
Yeah.
So that was my number 89. 88 is Treehouse, which was another Hulu horror movie in that Into the Dark series. That again looked cool, but those movies are just real. I've only seen like 2 of them that I thought was good. The rest of them were real kind of bottom of they're just really cheap. I think a lot of them are done by Blumhouse too, or produced by them or whatever. But that was my number 88. Number 87, we're getting close to where me and Paul can back and forth here in a minute, but this is a movie that I thought was going to be really dope. And me and Ivy went and saw it, and I was just like, bro, nobody tried this home. I just didn't. Dead Don't Die with Bill Murray. I wanted this movie to be really cool because I love zombie comedy. But just the way it had Adam Driver in it, and Bill Murray, and it just didn't do anything for me, man. I wanted it to. I didn't think it was funny. Just the vibe of the whole movie was just lazy, I feel like. But
you and
86
Ivy went and saw that one.
You did see that one?
You and Ivy went and saw that one, didn't you?
Yeah, me and Ivy went and saw it. And we both really wanted to like it, and we both felt the same way about it. My number 86 is one that everybody was telling me on Facebook. Oh my God, Chad, we know you love horror movies. You got to watch Eli on Netflix. It's so good. It's so good. Bro, no, it wasn't. I mean, to me, it wasn't. I thought it was just another jump scare, like possessed kid horror movie. It was PG-13, I think. Maybe I can't remember what it was, PG-13 or R, but it just was very
Run of the mill.
Yeah, and it's so low because everybody was talking about how good it was and how terrifying it was, and it didn't scare me. It just wasn't scary to me, I thought. But so number 85, Paul, do you want to go? You finally want?
Yeah. So
Hey, are you taking over my hosting job now?
my bad. Go ahead.
Tony, well, Tuxedo Tony's job.
Yeah, taking over my hosting job. I got one job in this thing, and you're taking it over on me. Jeez, man. We're here. We got 2 members in the countdown now. We're at number 85. Chatty Bobby, go with it.
Well, all righty. So my number 85. Now, this one we may have to spend a little time on, just a quick little minute, because we're all going to talk about it. 3 from Hell, bro. I fucking hate this movie, dog. I watched it. I tried to go back and watch it another time where I was like not mad and not pissed off, and I hated it more the second time.
You couldn't help yourself, but you were still pissed, weren't you?
I hate it, bro. I love Devil's Rejects is my favorite sequel to a horror sequel. And this movie I just don't think they. I mean, I get they had a lot of stuff going on with what it got chopped down and this, that, and the other. I hated it, man. I hated it the way that he did it. I hated the story. I just wasn't a fan, man. We can talk about it more later.
It definitely was lazy.
Yeah,
It was lazy for sure.
Second half of the movie, they're in Mexico. Like, what are we doing?
It wasn't needed. It shouldn't have been made.
It wasn't. But I get everybody. When I ran about it, people are like, "Well, you don't understand. He went through all this." I'm like, I understand all of that, but the movie, he still decided to put that as his final project, and I thought it was shit. That's just my opinion, though. Ivy loved it. A lot of people I know loved it. It's just I hated it. But it's everybody's different, So that was my number 85.
Paul, number 85 for you, sir.
So my 85, worst movie that I saw last year, Chad actually mentioned earlier, and that would be Candy Corn.
Oh, yeah. Another bottom.
I think it was just because I went into it with high thoughts, because they had Tony Todd. He had a bunch of different stars and horror stars, and Courtney Gaines.
Yeah,
a bunch of different horror stars that were in the movie, and it just, for me, it fell flat. I mean, the best part for me of the movie was the mask, like the mask that they used and did in that movie was dope. But yeah, just other than that, it was just it just wasn't enjoyable for me. It just fell flat.
It did. Yeah, we had high expectations for that one.
Yeah, that's my number 85.
Grizz, what up? Justin Alexander, appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. We're 24 people, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, number 84, Chatty Bobby.
Okay, here's another one, man. Now, I saw the trailer countless times because I've been doing the Unlimited app for a while, and then I've been going to the movies a lot before that. But I see this trailer all the time, and I was like, man, I'm not hype about it. I didn't see it at the theater. I bought it on Blu-ray when it was cheap, and it was just super. I didn't like it at all, and it was a Curse of La Llorona. I thought it was another one of those Conjuring Universe movies that was very just manufactured. Like when I say that, I mean just very just
going after the money
and run of the mill. But it was just your typical PG-13 Conjuring. Now I only want to say Conjuring. I know it's part of that universe, but Conjuring's really good to me. I put this down there with like Nun and Annabelle. Well, we'll get to that later, I guess. But it just wasn't. I mean, it had some creepy parts, but the story was just kind of whatever, and it was just the same old stuff to me. I just didn't care for it, man.
84 for you, Mr. Slasher Junkie.
All right, so number 84, I don't believe anybody else saw except for me, and I think because I told you guys that it sucked ass and nobody else watched it, and that was Body at Brighton Rock.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So this one, had this cover. The cover got me because it has a girl like laying down on a rock with a big grizzly bear like about to jump on top of her. So instantly I thought Backcountry. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be like Backcountry, a grizzly bear attacking this, woman or family. I said this should be awesome. And I think you see the grizzly bear for maybe 10 seconds in the entire movie.
Yeah. God.
And there's like no nothing scary about it, nothing at all. I mean, it was just a boring story from beginning to finish.
Yeah.
I just wasn't a fan at all. Big letdown for me.
That's a shame. Yeah, like you said, the cover of it tells you. You automatically think Backcountry when you see the cover to that one.
Yep, but no.
All right, we're down to 83.
Jordan, are you good? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. It just keeps getting really choppy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So.
Well, once it comes up, once you're in part of it, if we need to wait, we can't. We need to. All right. So my number 83 is one that we watched. I don't know if all four of us watched it, but I know we watched it together. Some of us did, and that is Prodigy. The Prodigy. This movie looked really creepy. The trailer did, but it was just another. I just keep saying that, but it was just another one. It didn't do anything different to me. I thought couple parts in it were kind of
it's just because we watch so many horror movies. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just gonna happen on our lists.
Yeah, plus those mainstream PG-13. Well, this was it. I don't know if it's PG-13.
Yeah, it is PG-13.
Yeah, it felt like when we were
No,
watching.
that one was rated R.
Oh,
Was
it did have some pretty brutal parts.
But I just remember it started dragging. Like it's, I don't know. It just kind of, I just didn't really dig it that much, man. That's my 83.
83 for you, Mr. Paul.
Let's see. Number 83 for me. I believe this is a Netflix, or I believe it was a Netflix. I think, Chad, you watched it. And that is The Silence.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch that
Which
one.
it should have been silent because that movie's absolute shit. Like, it's just the biggest Quiet Place knockoff. I mean, it's
I know which
it's
one
the
you're
biggest
talking about.
attempt at a Quiet Place.
Yeah.
But it's just horribly done. I wasn't a fan of that one. Was just ready for it to be over. But yeah, not a fan of The Silence at all.
I skipped by that one on Netflix.
Yeah.
I saw it, but I just never
It was a
clicked on that one.
shitty version of The Quiet Place.
Well, we are at 82.
82. Okay, here we go. I don't even know if I put Silence. I've seen Silence, but I may have left that one off, but I didn't care for it either. Let's see. 82 for me is another one that me and one of my good buddies, Ivy, he loved it. I did not like it at all when we went and saw it. I rewatched it. It came up a little bit, but I still didn't care for it. And that was Escape Room. Ivy loves going to escape rooms.
Yeah,
So
that's why he loved it so much.
it makes sense, man. Because everybody, like Savannah loved it. He loved it. I think Chance and them liked it too. They all go to escape rooms. It's what they like to do. So I get that. It just didn't hit for me. It was just another one of those. I thought the acting was really bad. I thought some of the decisions were really bad, like the way that the characters made. And it came up the list from the first, because it was like towards my bottom 5 the first time I saw it, and then I rewatched it. So that's my number 82, Escape Room.
Well, can we just take a second right quick and can we all just picture Chad in an escape room at this moment in time? Me and
That's
Viz
a no-go to begin with.
Me and Viz have been lucky enough to see Chad in a haunted house.
Yeah.
In an escape room, in a dark, enclosed room. It's
That's
boy,
gonna be a negative.
You'd be so stressed out.
God, see, like at the haunted house was freaking magical for me and Jordan. We picked on
That was a
poor
lot of
Chad
fun.
so bad.
Yes, y'all did.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
good.
Back to the countdown. The escape room thing just caught me off guard there. Anyways, 82 for you, Paul.
82, I believe I was the only one that saw this. I think I told you guys it was shit. This was actually an IFC release. So it was Scream Factory that came out last year. And it was called I Trapped the Devil. It was one of those, like, had a whole lot of anticipation, like, throughout the movie. Like, you thought it was going really well. And then it just fell flat. Like, the end of it, like, there was no big, like, climax at the end, that really carried the film. It just, nothing really happened. I mean, to me, it was just dull at the end. So yeah, that was a huge disappointment for me, and one that got sold as well.
That's one thing. If we don't like it, FTB, we flip that bitch.
Flip that bitch. Yeah.
Walk the plank.
Yep.
It walked the plank and it didn't survive. Yep.
Nope. 81, Chad.
81, man. This guy's he's in probably my top 5 or 6 actors that are still doing stuff right now. But this one, man, it started out okay, and then by the end of it, I was like, man, I hated his character. I hated the movie Beach Bum.
Yeah.
I love Matthew McConaughey, bro, but he's such a piece of shit in this movie, man. And like it keeps going, and he's just worthless the whole movie. It's just like, I don't know, man. It was okay at first. It was funny the first 10, 15 minutes. Then it just got old and older. And
Yeah, he's super unlikable.
Man. But yeah, that's my number 81, man.
Yeah, I remember seeing that the first time we saw that trailer for that one. We were pretty excited about it.
Yeah, man, it looked cool. I rented it on YouTube, so I didn't spend but $4 or $5 on it. But I'm glad I didn't buy the Blu-ray when it came out.
Yep. 81 for you, Paul.
All right, so I think this is one that Chad saw, and actually, I think Chad liked this, but I was not a fan of it at all. And it's another Netflix film, and this was Rattlesnake.
Oh yeah.
Um, I didn't like the main actress in it. I wasn't a fan of her. The story to me was kind of just run of the mill. It just didn't keep me engaged at all. So I really wasn't a big fan of Rattlesnake at all. Fell flat.
Yeah.
Ain't
I
that a
liked it a
shame?
little, but I get it. Ivy didn't like it either, so I feel you.
All right, 80.
I watched this in like January last year. It was a Netflix movie. It was called The Last Life. I think it was like a Chevy Chase movie where he's like either he's a comedian or used to be a comedian, and it was just real corny. And it was one of those I was like, it's the first of the year. I got to start watching movies, and it was a Netflix original, and I watched it. I mean, it wasn't awful, but it was not a fun. I mean, it was just like a corny comedy with him in it, and I think it's because Chevy Chase to me is one of my favorite comedic actors in the '80s, and then 1990 or 91 hit, and then he just forgot how to be funny. Like I know people like Vegas Vacation, I don't, but like I like parts of it. He just quit being funny, bro. I don't know what happened, but that was my number 80.
I just saw Jordan's like screen. Just
I know. Just don't mind me over here. It's just, I've just been a mess this whole time.
You're gonna mess this string.
just all of a sudden, just the camera just went flying.
I know. Just don't ask.
80 for you, Paul.
All right, so number 80 for me was one that Chad talked about earlier, and that is a horror anthology called Nightmare Cinema. I didn't absolutely hate this one. There were some parts of it that I did enjoy, but for me, it just overall fell flat. It's just a run-of-the-mill, straight to Blu-ray or DVD releases that you see nowadays.
Yeah,
It's just a shame. And anthologies just have
and
so
it had
much
Mickey
promise.
Rourke in it. I was hoping something good there.
Grizz said Vegas Vacation is probably my second favorite after Christmas, but I understand Chad's view.
It's mine too.
how Vegas better than the first one?
Yeah.
I was just never like crazy about the first one.
All right, that's cool. 79. 47 meters down, uncaged for me. I don't know. When I first watched this in the theater, I was like enjoying it. And I was like, I know it's bad, but I had a lot of fun with it. I thought in the theater, and I did. I'm not going to say I thought I did. And I rewatched it when I bought the Blu-ray. This movie is shit. Like, it's bad, bro. But I love shark movies. So it's not, I still put it like at 79, which doesn't make it good. But man, I guess because I was in the theater and I got scared a couple times with the shark scenes, but then going back and watching it, the actors in it were awful. And I love Sly Stallone, but his daughter, she's a giggity, but she really can't act. And then some of the situations were just ridiculous. Like, so yeah, 79, 47 meters down, uncaged. Not near as good as the first one. I'll say that.
Yeah, the first one was a surprise with how good it was.
Minus that last 15 minutes for me, but
yeah. All right, 79 for you, Paul.
Number 79 for me is a direct-to-video sequel that we got, and that would be Critters Attack.
Ooh,
I didn't put that on my list because I only watched 5 minutes of it.
Same here.
It's rough.
It would have been at the bottom.
Like they could have done so much. Actually, I like the TV show that they did, a little whatever part series, better than that movie. That movie to me just no.
I can tell you there was one fan of that movie, and that was my father, Kent Murphy. Just because it's a
sci-fi. Yeah, it's straight up sci-fi film.
It's a sci-fi channel movie,
like made for TV.
It's made for my father, and he loves every single one of those movies. He'll come up. Oh, did you see that new Octopus versus Sharknado movie?
Yeah,
it's freaking great.
He would love Velocipaster, dude.
Oh yeah, he would probably that'd probably be his number one of the year right there. My father, everybody, Kent Murphy.
Kent Murphy.
Anyways, here we go. Number 78.
Number 78, man. Now this movie looked really cool, and I almost bought it at work, and then we found out it was on Hulu. and I watched it, and it made me so mad. Trespassers. It is basically a shitty version of Your Next or Strangers. The actors in it, they make you so mad because they're so dumb and they're so unlikable. Every one of them are just unlikable. And the decisions that they make are ridiculous. I knew the ending 20 minutes in, I knew how it was going to end. And I'm usually not that good at picking that stuff out a lot of times. But this one was, I mean, if you want to watch it on Hulu, it's free. And it's a Scream Factory IFC release.
What was it called again?
Trespassers. It's basically just like these people at a vacation house, and then this chick, this older lady, who it's Veruza Balk, comes in and is like needing to use their phone, and then there's this random car outside, and then these people just with masks on come in the house and shit hits the fan. But it's just like You're Next, but not near as good. You're Next, I thought was really good.
Yeah, I love the hell out of it.
It's like a shit version. I don't want to say shit, but it's just not a good version of that. But it's free to watch if you got an hour and a half. You want to check it out sometime. But I just didn't like it that much. That's my 78.
78 for you, Paul.
Yeah, my 78. I'm not going to go into many details about because Chad just talked about it. But for me, the beginning of it, I thought it was promising, but then it got to some parts of the movie are so dark and murky, and that's 47 meters down, Uncaged. But like once they get underwater, like you can't see shit that's going on. Like it was just, for me, it could have been a whole lot better. Yeah, not good.
And you're a big creature feature fan.
Yeah,
you love the hell.
Big time. But yeah, fell flat for me.
All right, 77, Chad.
77 is another IFC Midnight Scream Factory release that I saw in January. And I'm not going to say this movie's terrible, but it was just kind of whatever. Rust Creek, I think Jordan may have seen this one too. It's not a horror movie, I would say. It's more... Do what?
Like a thriller?
Yeah, it's like a thriller. That ends up being like this girl that gets kidnapped by these meth heads that are cooking meth in a trailer, and there's this other story. It's all right. I mean, it's number 77 out of 100, so it's the bottom fourth. But there's not really much else to say about it. It's Rust Creek.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it was like a January.
I remember seeing it. I think I asked you guys about it, and you guys said it wasn't.
That was the very first one I watched, I think, of 2019.
Yeah.
All right, 77 for you, Paul.
So my next one, I will say I can guarantee one person in this stream did not watch, and that would be Jordan Tate, and that's Itsy Bitsy.
Oh boy.
Shoo.
So that's I think this was an IFC release as well.
It was. Yeah.
And to me, I like it was another one like promising. The trailer looked like really creepy and hell. The spider looked good. But then once you got to, it's just boring as hell to me.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough of the spider in it. And then when you did see the spider, it was just absolutely ridiculous in some parts. The story didn't make sense at all. Like the decisions, like some of the actress makes, just totally out there. For me, it was a huge disappointment.
Now, was that a CGI or practical spider in that one?
It was definitely CGI.
That's a shame. All right, so now we're getting into where all three of them are in this, so we'll just go around the screen right there. We'll start with Jordan, then move to Chad, then Paul.
Right.
Does that sound good to y'all?
Sounds good, bro.
All right, number 76, Visibone.
So here we go, 76. Chad already talked about it. That would be Beach Bum with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, wow.
Got him. Okay.
Just absolutely hated it. I mean, I just hated it.
Yeah.
I was just miserable the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he said, it was funny. It was funny for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, it was terrible.
Well, he never tries to.
I mean, there's nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, he literally is just a piece of shit the whole movie. Like it's just like, okay, what are we? I mean,
I can't hear
this
Chad.
is 2 hours. Do what?
Chad, say something.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you. But yeah,
So, yeah, I agree. It's trash.
All right, 76 for you, Chad.
76 for me. I love the original one of this. And I was excited about this when it came out. I bought it and finally watched it about 3 weeks ago, and I was so disappointed in it. I didn't think it was that funny at all. Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I love the first one. Not a huge Kevin Smith guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the first Jay and Silent Bob. I can't stand Clerks. Do what?
He said he'll be back.
Okay, so I couldn't stand Clerks. Didn't like Mallrats that well. I like Chasing Amy. I'm just not a huge Kevin Smith fan, is what I'm saying. And then the Silent Bob reboot, man, it's just them rehashing. I mean, obviously it's called reboot, but it's just same kind of jokes. And then he's like, it's just Kevin Smith just like promoting himself the whole movie, more or less. I just couldn't get into it, man. I wanted to love it, but for that big of a layoff and then to put that out, I was just like, eh.
Yeah, see, I was never that big of a Kevin Smith a fan of their movies, so nothing lost for me on that one, not seeing it.
No.
So 76 for you, Paul.
This is another one that Chad talked about earlier. I think this is the first movie I saw in the theater last year. My son actually enjoyed it, which I think this movie was more intended for that age range, and that was Escape Room.
Mm-hmm.
To me, like it was so just off just ridiculous, like not even possible to happen. Like some of the stuff they did was just so over the top. So for me, it would just like it was so over the top that I just lost interest in it.
Yeah.
Like having rooms that were or floors that were built as extravagant as they were. I mean, it was just too ridiculous for me.
Yeah.
And the ending was garbage.
Yes, it was.
Get
Which
out
one
of
was
here.
that?
Escape Room.
Yeah.
All right, it's back to you, Jowden.
75.
75. Chad talked about it. The Vanishing with Gerard Butler. I only watched half of it, but it was just a snooze fest. I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
It was I think one of the first 3 movies I watched of 2019, just because Chad bought them. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll start watching them.
Yeah.
And it was just snooze fest, along with Rust Creek, which will come up here soon.
Yeah.
But it probably didn't help that I watched it right there in January.
Yeah. But I see why it came out in January. It was the definition of a January movie.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
75, Chad.
75 is, Paul spoke on it earlier, and it was The Silence. I saw that movie already when I saw Quiet Place and when I saw Bird Box. I mean, I couldn't get past that when I was watching the movie, and everybody kept saying it's good. Like a lot of people at work, and then Ivy really liked it, and some other of my buddies liked it, and I just couldn't let that slide. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my number 75. I don't know a lot to say about it. I know Paul talked about it already, but The Silence.
Go ahead there, Mr. Paul, with your 75.
My 75, Chad talked about earlier. It was one I was disappointed about because in seeing the trailer, I really thought it was going to be good. Of course, the trailer always oversells these movies, but that's The Curse of La Lorena.
Yeah.
I was hoping they were going to make a comeback because I wasn't a fan of The Nun. But unfortunately, they didn't make a comeback. They just need to stick with the straight-up Conjuring movies, I believe. All these spin-offs in the Conjuring universe, to me, just fall flat.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, for the most part.
Just a shame. 74.
74. Y'all both already talked about it. Candy Corn. Just a dud.
Shoot,
up.
I mean,
dude.
Straight
the
up
first
milk
10,
dud.
15 movies of mine are just all horror movies that are just, shoo.
Shit,
Just
yeah.
a big old milk
But
dud.
yeah, Candy Corn. We were so excited about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trash water.
Luckily, we watched it, and I think
And
I had
we
it sold
all
before
saw
I
it.
woke up the next morning.
Yeah.
They don't last
So,
long. If they're terrible, they don't last long.
Yeah, that's what.
And the good thing about those horror movies, you can get your money back on them too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a plus. 74, Chad.
All right, before we do that, I just want to answer the chat. Grizz asked
Oh.
if we'd seen Gummo. Used to like it when I was in my 20s, but I think it's pretty terrible. I watched Gummo once, man. I could never watch it again. He's killing cats and stuff. I'm not big on them kind of like killing animal type movies, bro.
I've
But
never
yeah,
even heard of that one.
yeah, same guy did Kids, I think. But
Kills
but
cats?
yeah, and that's the only thing I remember about it. That I couldn't.
Jeez.
Number 74, The Intruder with Dennis Quaid. I got this at McKay's. I want to say I had credit, and then the code was still in it, or I can't remember where, or CD Warehouse, one of those two. So I paid like $2 for it or something. It was worth watching it for that. I just can't take Dennis Quaid seriously after I saw him. Now that he's like a country Jimmy Buffett wannabe singer, he performed on the Today Show, and it was the most cringe thing I've ever seen in my life. And ever since then, I just cannot take him seriously in any role that he'll ever play again. He plays like a crazy guy. Paul's going to probably talk about it too. I think he saw it. Megan Good is the dumbest person on God's green earth in this movie, and he's not believable. The ending's ridiculous. That's my number 74.
And she has a shoo haircut.
Oh, got that bob haircut. I mean, it's like ridiculous. Her hair is about as long as my beard is. It's ridiculous.
Shoo.
Yeah.
74, Paul.
74 for me. I believe this is another Netflix movie that I know a lot of people loved, but for me, I wasn't a fan of it. And that's In the Tall Grass. This is a Stephen King movie.
I didn't even get to that one. I never even got
yeah, a lot of people praised on it. To me, it was just absolutely ridiculous. It was a story about people go into like a tall, pretty much cornfield, and all of a sudden it becomes like this magical maze that you're incapable of getting out of. And then it ties in like sacrificial stuff. I mean, to me, it was too ridiculous. Fell flat for me. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, that's the one. I never watched that one either. Grizz said it's the same director that did Kids and The Beach Bum. That's why he brought it up. That Gummo movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that was the same director. Okay.
Well, all three of those movies are ridiculous. So.
Yeah, I can't get down with any of them three then.
Yeah. 73, Jordan.
73. I really don't remember much from it. It was another one I watched at the very beginning of 2019. Netflix movie. I don't know if y'all saw it. Velvet Buzzsaw with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I didn't, because I remember hearing it wasn't all that great, and it looked weird.
Yeah, I don't really remember anything. I just know I just didn't like it. I didn't like the style of it. It kind of was like a dark comedy, horror, thriller, and it just didn't work for me.
It's a good reason for it to be at the bottom then.
Yep.
73 for you, Chad.
73 is another Netflix horror movie called The Influence. I'm not going to say this movie was terrible, because it wasn't, but it's basically about these kids that like take care of their mom who's in a coma, and there's like some supernatural possession type shit. I will say the only thing about this that had it above some of the other ones is it wasn't a PG-13 one. It was mature, so it at least had some good like gore and stuff for the kills, but it's nothing special. So that would be my number 73, 72. I'm losing count here. 73, yeah.
73.
Yeah, The Influence.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, you're not missing nothing.
73 for you, Paul.
I'm not sure any of you guys watched this one. I think I talked about it when I watched it with you guys, but I wasn't a fan of it, and I just think maybe because Jesse Eisenberg, and I'm not a huge fan of his, and that's The Art of Self-Defense.
Yeah, I didn't see it. There's two.
I think I'm just not a fan of Jesse Eisenberg. Minus Social Network, I think there's not really hardly any films of his. And Zombieland, any films of his that I really enjoy. I mean, he's not funny to me at all. His comedic aspects. In this movie, he tries to be, and it's one of those tries to be funny movies, but to me, the humor to me just wasn't funny at all. So, yeah, fell flat for me. Not a good one. I know it did get quite a bit of praise, though, from some people, but yeah, Art of Self-Defense.
That's a bummer.
What are we on?
72, Jordan.
72, 47 meters down, uncaged.
Damn.
I love shark movies, but man, it was awful. I did not like it at all. I didn't like anything about it.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I don't know what made me like it in the
Just a
theater. I don't
damn
know.
shame.
I don't know if I was just in a good mood that day, or I don't know what it was.
See, we love shark movies, and we like bad shark movies.
Yeah.
I mean, The Last Shark.
But that's a bad shark movie that tries to be good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
72,
Just
Chad.
couldn't get down with it.
72 for me. Pet Cemetery remake.
Oh,
I just didn't like it, man. I can't stand the main actor. Is it Jason Clarke? I can't stand him in anything he's in. And I hated the twist, and I hated knowing the twist going in. I just didn't like. I'm not a huge fan of the original. I like it, but it was just another one of those. I just feel like it was just one that didn't need to remake to me.
see, to me, I enjoyed the remake more than the original.
I just couldn't get down with it. But again, I'm not a huge fan of the first one. I mean, I like it, but I don't love
Yes,
it.
I do, Grizz. I do have a bow tie on. It keeps moving on me. My beard keeps moving it.
What's up, Pat?
Paul, 72 for you, sir.
72, I believe nobody saw. I don't even think I mentioned this when I watched it. This is one of those I was at Redbox looking for movies, and then I watched it not even knowing it was a 2019 film. But it had John Travolta in it. It's a movie called Trading Paint.
Oh, I didn't watch it. That's the one about the car, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm a fan of Days of Thunder, so I was like, a race car movie might be fun. I mean, it wasn't like god awful, but John Travolta, the older he's getting, the movies are just getting worse and worse, and it's a lower budget. It's it's like a one-time watch, a cheap rental. Nothing great, but it's not god awful though.
Isn't it like a father-son racing team?
Yeah, it's like a father-son, then the son goes out on his own, competes against him. Just ridiculous.
Fucking Lionsgate Mafia, dude.
Yeah.
If it ain't got cold trickle in it, I ain't watching it.
Yeah, it's.
But I am excited about that Days of Thunder 4K release coming out though.
Yeah.
71, Jordan.
71. Was not a badly made film, but I just couldn't stand what I saw, and that's The Nightingale on whatever that came on Amazon Prime.
Is that the one that you told us about?
Flix, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the baby.
Oh gosh.
Man.
A lot of people put this like in their top 10, and it's a well-made movie. It is well made. I'll give it that. But man, just some of the hardest scene, like one scene in particular, just one of the hardest things I've ever witnessed.
Oh, dude.
It's very rapey. There's a lot of rape scenes, which that's already, shoo. But then they, just add more and more onto it.
I watched YouTube that one scene, and I was like, man, there's no way I could watch any more of this movie. There's just no way.
Yeah, it was rough. I somehow watched all of it, but
I can't get down with those.
No, you wouldn't know with that scene at all, Tony. It's awful. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
What up, Brian?
So Brian goes blue.
All right, 71 for you, Chad.
71 for me. Pick us up a little bit. Good Boys. It was just basically like a elementary school version of Superbad. It was basically the kid, that Tremblay kid, I think is his last name. He was in Room and maybe Wonder, and it's just basically like Jackass, except it's elementary school kids cussing, and it just didn't. I mean, it just was whatever to me. I mean, it was all right, but it's not one I'd ever watch again. It was one of those I rented on YouTube for like $4. So that's my 71.
71 for you, Paul.
Let's see. 71 for me was one Chad talked about earlier, and that's The Intruder, Dennis Quaid. And for me, like, Dennis Quaid wasn't bad. I thought he played a pretty good like psycho, but it was the starring couple that were just,
Michael Ealy, bro. He's
he's bad, and she was worse.
Yeah.
Just stupid decisions, just Yeah, Dennis Quaid, I thought he did a good job, but the other two, it was just ridiculous premise. So yeah.
Moving along.
All right, we're
70.
at number 70 now.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're officially an hour in, and we're at 70. So
Okay, let's pick it up. I'm talking too much. I need to concise mine.
Number 70 for me. Chad talked about it. I don't know if Paul you talked about it yet, but Nightmare Cinema.
Yep.
Just-
Paul's talked about that one.
Yeah, we both
Just a
did.
dud.
Just a big old milk dud.
Just a dud ass movie.
Yeah. I didn't really have high hopes going into that one, but
Not so much.
fell flat.
70, Chad.
I can't tell you anything about it. I don't remember.
So 70. This is gonna sound weird because where'd Tony go?
We
Okay.
got such an amazing production here.
Dude, I've been
70.
struggling this whole time.
Yeah. Well, it's funny with this one being 70. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a bad comedy, but I'm gonna keep it and I'll watch it again. And it's Jexy. I don't know if y'all seen that with Adam Devine. I think it's because I'm an Adam Devine fan. I'm a huge fan of Workaholics.
And the one about the phone, something about a phone.
Yeah, that's the phone, like the Jexy's, like the Siri, and
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. But I did think it was funny though. I just put it down because as far as being a well-made movie, it was kind of a lame comedy, but I still thought it was funny though. So I'll watch it again. I'll keep it. So that's my number 70, Jexy.
Sorry, I got it kicked me out right quick. But 70 for you, Paul.
Oh, so 70 for me. I actually think I need to rewatch this movie. I was a little. I don't know. I just need to rewatch
Distracted.
this movie. And that's Annabelle Comes Home.
Yep.
You
Me, it was just a teenage horror movie. Like I said, these spinoffs are getting worse and worse. They just need to stick with the Conjuring series. I did enjoy the second one though, so I kind of had high hopes for this one. Like I said, I do need to rewatch it though. But yeah, that's Annabelle Comes Home, number 70 for me.
69, Jordan.
69. The big John Travolta hitter of the year, The Fanatic.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
know you watched it.
Yeah.
That's the only one that didn't watch
I mean,
Yeah.
it was entertaining to watch.
No, it definitely is
but
entertaining.
you know,
It's one you need to see.
yeah. But I'll never watch it again.
Yeah.
You know, it was terrible, but you know, it was kind of a good terrible.
Yeah.
But you know, it had to go somewhere at the bottom. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna buy it. I'm not gonna watch it. So,
I didn't know you watched that one.
but if you haven't, I think it's worth watching though. If you haven't seen it,
It's definitely
I think
worth
it's worth
watching.
one watch.
Yeah.
69, Chad.
69 for me, Don't Let Go. I don't know if y'all saw that one. Basically about the guy that his family dies, what he thinks is a murder, but he ends up getting a phone call from his niece, and he's not sure if she's a ghost or not. The premise is really out there. But the movie's not near as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. It's got David, I can't say dude's name. David Oyelowo.
Sounds
He was
good.
in Selma and some other stuff, but he did really good in it, I thought. It's just a weird, it has some weird like twist and stuff that I just kind of like what was whatever. But overall, I don't think it was a terrible movie, but it wasn't great either. That's my number 69. Don't Let Go.
Don't Let Go. Never heard of it. 69 for you, Paul.
So 69 for me, I believe I watched this one in theater. And that is Greta. So it's like a thriller.
Yeah.
Thriller that I would say horror movie, kind of horror thriller. To me, the movie wasn't badly made. It was just kind of ridiculous premise. I mean, this young girl, 20-some years old, being, scared or terrified of a, senior citizen that weighs like 100 and some pounds. I mean, it was just kind of over the top ridiculous. But overall, it wasn't. You're starting to get to the movies now for me that weren't absolutely dog shit, but they still weren't great. These are like one-time watches. I would honestly say are rentals more than anything.
Good way to describe it. 68 for you, Jordan.
68. Chad talked about it. Rust Creek. Just another random. It was a Scream Factory, wasn't it?
Yeah, like
IFC.
IFC. Yeah.
IFC. But yeah, it was okay. Wasn't terrible. It was just okay. Forgettable.
It'd be in the category of, huh.
Definitely in the horror category.
Yeah.
68 for you, Chad.
68 for me, man. Paul talked about it already. Annabelle Comes Home. I was really excited about this movie because I loved the second Annabelle. And it was just, like Paul said, I just wasn't into it, man, as much as I was wanting to be. I feel like that they're really oversaturating the Conjuring universe stuff. So it's my number 68, and I wanted it to be way higher than that.
Yeah.
Bummer. 68, Paul.
68 for me. I don't know if you guys saw this, and that was Yesterday.
I didn't watch because I'm not a big fan of the Beatles or anything.
Yeah. So this is kind of a romantic comedy is what you would classify this as.
Yeah.
About the guy, something happens on Earth, and somehow everybody forgets the Beatles exist. The guy starts taking credit of Beatles songs. It had some good moments in it, but for me,
such a weird premise for a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it just wasn't anything rememberable.
Yeah.
Just give it a little Ellen
Ellen
wave.
Shoo.
What were we on, 67?
Right. Yeah, 67.
67. Jordan, go.
The Prodigy.
Yeah.
Just a dud.
Law.
I'm not crazy about what is it, like possessed kids, like that type of. I like Children of the Corn was better, and obviously Exorcist and stuff like that. But I don't know. It just
Hereditary.
I just thought it was shoo.
Well,
Hopefully it's not. Does it feel like The Omen at all? The Prodigy, because I've never seen.
I haven't seen any of the Omens.
I've never seen any of the Omens either.
Paul.
I think the Omens are a lot better done.
I guess I need to break down and get that box. Then.
I assume similar story, like very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, hopefully The Omen is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is.
67, Chad.
Man, I'll probably get some hate on this from the chat. I don't know how much y'all liked it, but it disappointed the heck out of me because I loved the one previous, and that's Glass, man. I just didn't care for Glass. I wanted to love it, but because I liked Split.
Oh, man.
And
that one's pretty high up on my list.
I just feel like it fell apart in the last 45 minutes, man. I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't hit for me, man. I need to watch it again, I guess, maybe. But it's low on my.
It surprised me. I didn't go into it with high hopes, and maybe that's why I liked it a little bit more.
I need to rewatch Unbreakable. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir.
I don't want to say I was a huge fan, but I am a fan of M. Night, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just rewatch it again. Maybe I'll like it better.
I like his earlier stuff. I like I like Signs. I like Sixth Sense. I like The Village. I'm one of the few people that actually like The Village.
I don't think I've seen The Village. I liked The Visit.
I've seen it. I can't remember it.
Paul's getting attacked by dogs up there. All right, 67. Paul.
67 for me is Booksmart. This is Olivia Wilde's directorial debut.
Yeah.
The comedy in it for me just total miss. Like it was the wrong demographic for me. Like it's not my teenage younger generation demographic,
especially like the newer generation. Like
this is a millennial.
It's not us.
Comedy, yeah, definitely not me. So it definitely missed. But I mean, it is well done, but it's just.
Didn't Olivia Wilde direct it?
Yeah, Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Giggity.
Giggity.
66. Jordan.
All right, 66 is The Haunting of Sharon Tate. Obviously, like the Manson murders and all that was a big theme this past year with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and all that. So I think after I saw Hollywood, I wanted to watch this one. And, they kind of reworked the story, which I didn't expect them to do that. I expected it to be a little bit more of like a true story. But it was all over the place. It was ridiculous. Just one-time watch.
Is that the one with Hilary Duff in it?
Yeah, I ended up selling it. She wasn't really that bad, but just the movie was, the script and everything, it was just terrible. It was just a bad idea.
It was just terrible.
The route they took with it. But it was pretty gruesome. It had some pretty intense scenes in it, but it wasn't enough to save it.
It walked the plank.
Yeah.
66, Chad.
66, man. This movie had some big hidden actors in it, and it came out in the beginning of the year. And I want to say we watched it on Netflix, and it wasn't near as good as I was hoping. Triple Frontier.
Ooh, super low.
Whoa.
It's low, man. Yeah.
Whoa.
I like, but my thing is, man, like these next, I don't know. And you got to think too, man, with me, like I saw that in January of 2019, and I only watched it once. So if I watch, it'd be another one, maybe like Glass that would go up higher. But
I didn't like the ending of it.
Yeah, the ending I didn't
I
like.
wasn't a big fan of the ending. That probably kept it.
I was so hype about it when it got announced. And then
I want to watch it again though. I've forgotten half the movie.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit it.
I watched it after you guys. I watched it like in the middle of the year.
Yeah, I'd like that. I wish that one would get like a Blu-ray or 4K release.
Yeah, I would buy it if it got a release.
Just shows you what greed will do to you. With that one.
On me?
Okay. Yep,
Yeah,
66
the
Paul.
twist though was crazy though. I will say that. Like that unexpected part was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I need to rewatch it, man.
66 on my list.
Yes, sir.
It's
Give it to
actually
me.
Cold Pursuit.
Cold
I
Pursuit.
wasn't it's a Liam Neeson film. It's kind of a horror, well, not a horror, like a thriller comedy portion. I just wasn't. It didn't really hit for me. It wasn't a bad movie, but it was just kind of a rental. But yeah, wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah, see, his movies are hit and miss to me.
Yeah,
I'm a
it
mark.
did have good parts to it. Like I said, it's just kind of a one-time watch.
Yeah. I'm a mark for Liam Neeson. I like all
Yeah.
of it.
All right, 65, Jordan.
65. I think this is another one from the beginning of 2019 that Chad bought or something, and I watched it. It's called Pledge.
Yep.
Just random horror movie. I think it's like a fraternity or something.
Yep.
They're all pledging for a fraternity. Bunch of shit goes down. Just you can probably guess what the storyline is, but it was okay. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
So it just kind of stayed down towards the bottom.
65 for you, Chad.
65 for me is a movie called Villains. It's starring Skarsgård, the guy that plays Pennywise.
I'm gonna back out and come back. My audio's getting weird again. Y'all keep
Okay.
going.
And they're basically like going and robbing convenience stores and stuff, trying to get money to where they can escape and go live a life together, Then they run out of gas, and then they stop at this house of this married couple that they're going to try to get over on, but those people that they stop at actually are way crazier than them, and then they get held captive. It's not bad. The first half of the movie, it probably, the way I was digging it, it'd be like in my top 30. But as the movie went on, it kind of dwindled. It's not bad though. It's definitely worth a watch. So that's number 65, Villains.
All right, we'll go straight on to you there Mr. Paul.
Next one for me, I think I'm the only one to watch it. This wasn't a bad movie. It's ridiculous premise, and that's Primal with Nicolas Cage. It's actually not a horrible movie. Some of the CGI is just awfully done. But I mean, I still enjoyed it. I mean, it's a be a good one-time rental, or if you find it for cheap or free, I'd say it's worth a one-time watch, especially if you're a Nicolas Cage fan. I mean, he's ridiculous as always in that film.
Is that one of those straight to Blu-ray
Oh
releases?
yeah, Lionsgate Mafia, baby.
Yeah, that's one of the
Mhm.
I think 37 films that Nicolas Cage came out with last year.
Yeah, he put out 4 straight to Blu-ray releases in the first 2 months of this year. That
All
were
right, I'm
from
back.
Yeah, thank God you're back.
64.
Because you're next.
Yeah, well, thank
Yeah,
God because that
64.
picture's fucking off the screen now. That damn Avatar. 64, Jordan, go. God, there's another one.
4 already been talked about. Annabelle comes home. You know,
Yeah.
shoo. I zoned out halfway through, started playing on my phone.
Yeah.
But I would like Paul. I was excited for it because I liked the second one,
Yep.
but it was crap. It was terrible.
It was just shit. 64, Chad.
64, Black and Blue. It's the cop thriller movie. I forgot the chick's name in it, but she does a good job in it. Tyrese is in it as well. Basically, she's just a cop that sees some crooked cops kill somebody, and then they see them, and the whole movie she's trying to. It was a really fun cop thriller. It's just lower because it's not. I enjoyed it, but it's not a great movie, But I enjoyed it though. I thought Tyrese was cool in it. She did a really good job though. I love cop thrillers, so 64. Still kind of like a little under halfway through. It's worth a watch.
There you go. I remember seeing the trailer for that one.
Yeah.
64 for you, Paul.
64 for me. I believe this was another Netflix film. It's called The Laundromat. It was kind of it reminded me of, what was that movie they made a couple years ago about the banking scene? It was a big time hit a couple years ago that they did, but it wasn't horrible, but
The Big Short.
Big Short. Yeah, The Big Short. It kind of reminded me of that. It was not as well done. It was kind of from a different perspective. It had Meryl Streep, a couple other big actresses in it, but it was just okay though at best for me.
So
I just thought of Jordan.
Math.
Meryl Streep. He loves Meryl Streep movies.
A ma'am. Mediocre ass movies. So what are we on? 62? No, 63?
60,
Yeah, 63.
63. 63, Jordan.
Shout out to
63. Cold Pursuit. I was excited to watch it, man. Snowy setting, Liam Neeson. But the thing I hated the most about it was the bad guy that was in it. He was like just unwatchable, just terrible.
Yeah, he's
super cringy. But yeah, I don't even know if I finished it. I think I turned it off. But it wasn't good.
Liam couldn't save it. 63, Chad.
Before I say that, shout out to the 22 people still watching. I don't know. Y'all be sure to comment what y'all think of some of these movies. I know that YouTube live chats have been acting up when I've been doing my Madden streams, so I don't know if they're doing that here, if everybody's just watching. But be sure to comment what y'all like and what y'all don't like. Number 63 for me, Parts You Lose. It was a straight to Blu-ray release. It was an Aaron Paul movie. It actually wasn't bad, but this part of my list is like they're not terrible, but they're not great.
The ma'ams.
Yeah, exactly. Mediocre ass movie, ma'ams for sure. But yeah, nothing great. But I thought Aaron Paul was good in it. The little kid that was in it, he's deaf. In the movie, he did a really good job in the movie. He was the main focus of the movie, but it was cool. 63, Parts You Lose.
Number 63 for me. I think this one it's probably fitting on the list here just because of the disappointment. I was expecting so much more out of it, and that was Ad Astra. Yeah, I just expected with the cast and the being a space movie, I expected. To me, it was just boring. Like once you got past like the first 30, 40 minutes of it, like I'm expecting something to happen, and to me, it just disappointed.
Yeah.
It's hard for any space movie to stack up to Interstellar now.
Yeah.
Very true.
So
62.
62, Jordan. Go with it. Let me hear what you got.
62 was Escape Room.
Okay.
Just teenage horror. You know, it's just kind of just whatever.
But it wasn't the worst on your list.
No,
fine.
not the worst. All those other movies were way worse.
Interesting.
But you know, I eventually watched it for free on demand or something like that. Just like one afternoon. And it was pretty boring.
Well, 62
I've
for
never
you,
been to
Ted.
an escape room. I don't have any type of connection.
Yeah, I've never been to one either. I don't think I'd enjoy it.
I don't know. I might like it.
Haunted houses I can get down with, but
Yeah.
all right.
For sure.
63 or 62 for you there, Chad.
62 for me is a movie called Semper Fi that came out. It was one of those Lionsgate releases. It actually wasn't bad. It was a good like drama thriller about two brothers. But again, it's nothing outstanding. But it's one of these. I don't think this was on Prime, but it. Oh, the dog.
Did you hear me, Chad?
No.
Hungry fella.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I was 62 Semper Fi.
Paul's getting attacked
Oh. All right,
by the rabbit killer.
Are we on me? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember if this was a Netflix movie or what this came out on or where I saw it. And that's The Professor and the Madman with Sean Penn and Mel Gibson.
Sean Penn, shoot.
Yeah. To me, like it had some good parts to it. The overall story was good. I just didn't think they executed it well at all. There was a lot of like dull moments where, and then you'll have, good, and there's a lot of dialogue. I mean, it just, yeah, I wasn't, I believe it got rated pretty high, but to me, it was just kind of, wasn't very enjoyable.
Yeah, obviously, the dog didn't like it because he disappeared right when you started talking about it.
Out of me. Yeah.
61, Jordan.
61. Just another one I randomly saw on demand. I think Greta with what's her name? Chloe, whatever her name is.
Oh, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah. Just a thriller. Just kind of a random thriller horror style movie. Anybody else see that?
Yeah, I saw it. It was on my list. I said it earlier.
I think you dropped that when he was talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah,
with the bottom middle.
kind of a dud.
Just a dud.
Just a dud.
What's next on your list there, Chad?
61 on my list. Jordan's already talked about it. It was an IFC Midnight, Scream Factory, The Pledge. It was a January one also. It had a couple of cool kills in it, but it was just kind of run of the mill. It was just okay. There's not really a lot to say about it. He's already talked about it. Number 61 for me was The Pledge.
All right.
Number 61 for me, I believe Chad talked about earlier, and that's the Pet Sematary remake. And I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either. To me, I did like some of the changes they did with the script, but then I didn't like some of the changes they did as well. So for me, I need to rewatch it though. I just watched it in the theater. I haven't watched it since then. But yeah, it was just okay. I'm starting to get to just the okay movies for me.
Yep. Well, we're at number 60.
Number 60, Booksmart. Just like Paul said, it was well made, but it just wasn't made for us. Just the humor and just not relatable at all. So
If I was 13, 14, probably so. But
yeah, seemed like a lot of people like that movie, but
yeah,
I don't know. Just couldn't get
Your
that
son
one.
may like it, Paul. I mean,
yeah, he might.
Yeah.
It's made for his age group.
What's next for you, Chad?
Number 60 for me is Trick. It was a horror movie with Omar Epps. The first 40 minutes of this movie were really dope to me, and then it just starts taking a dive. Man, it dropped. I was really digging it, and then at the end, the last 20 minutes are just they just get all out of whack, and the way that they ended it was shitty. But it had a couple of good kills in it. Definitely had some good kills in it, but the further along it went, they just kind of ran out on the movie. I feel like so. It's number 6. Yeah,
I never watched that one. That's the only 2019 movie on my shelf that I didn't watch.
Yeah, I was wanting to say that
I'm keeping it. I'm not like I didn't sell it. I'd watch it again, but it's
I was saving that one for like Halloween time.
yeah, definitely.
Number 60 for you, Paul.
Number 60 for me, it just didn't hit. I know a lot of people enjoyed it, but that's Shazam.
I didn't even get to that one.
Yeah, for me, it was just the comedy in it was just it wasn't. I didn't laugh, so it was missed points for me. I do like that they tried something different, but for me, it still didn't work.
Baby Herman, yeah, this video will stay up, so yeah, you can go back and watch the replay as soon as we get done with it.
Thank you.
Yep. 59, Jordan.
59, Pet Cemetery.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Didn't hate it. I think the worst thing about Pet Cemetery was that the trailer
Spoiled everything.
Yeah, spoiled.
Big twist in it.
Yeah, bro. That's why I'm already.
Yeah. I'm not like super crazy about the original. I still think this one's watchable. I've kept it. This really kind of begins my list of like where some of them I've kept.
Yeah.
I feel like I can go back and watch
ones that I have that they're keepable. That's not a word. I don't think.
Yeah.
Now, this one crept up higher than I would have even expected. Midsummer, 59.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was expecting that one to be
Well,
towards the bottom of your list.
We all know when we went and saw it at the theater, I was just like, this was awful.
I hated it.
But I watched it again, man, and there's still I still think a lot of the scenes were drawn out longer. But I'm gonna say this: I'm glad that I watched it again because I liked it obviously a lot more. Because it would have been, if we would have done the ratings right, it would have been at the end, at the bottom of my list.
I still think that woman stuck her finger in that dude's butthole.
Well, yeah, the movie's but I gotta say that I did like it more the second time, a lot more, because I was in a different state when I watched it. But yeah, I thought Ari Aster, man, I loved Hereditary. This was not near as good as Hereditary to me, but it's a lot better than it was the initial time I watched it. So I'm glad that I liked it more round 2.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna give it a round 2. 59.
I understand. I understand. I fought myself, but I was like, let me do that. And I'm glad I did. I kept it. So
59 for me, I believe, is another Netflix movie. I can't even remember the guy's name that's in it. And that's Fractured.
Never heard of that.
Oh yeah, it's on mine too. Yep.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm getting to these movies now where they were okay watches, but nothing memorable or that I would go back numerous times and watch.
Is that the Sam Worthington?
Yes, Sam Worthington. That's who it is. Yeah.
Okay.
It was okay to me.
Yeah.
Does he yell a lot in the movie? Because it's every movie that he's in, he's always yelling.
In that one, like
I thought he was good in it.
Yeah, he does a good part, but just overall the whole story, it was one of those, like 20 minutes into it, you kind of see where it's going to go.
All right, 58.
58, The Curse of La Llorona. I didn't hate it, but it was still like very forgettable.
Just a ma'am.
But I think I liked it more than everybody else.
Well, as much as, even though it's low on my list, I still have it, so I'm not opposed to trying. But I don't know. I didn't
I didn't keep it.
He
But-
sold it, but
But I didn't hate
play
it
it.
when I watched it. I kind of enjoyed it. I thought the way the La Llorona or whatever it was looked, I thought it looked pretty cool. Even though it was mainly CGI, I thought she still looked pretty freaky.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just whatever.
what do you got for 58, Chad?
So I'm hoping that this was a 2019 because we watched this early last year, and that's He's Out There. I'm considering it a 2019 because it was on Netflix. It came out on Netflix when we were in Atlanta.
I didn't put it on my list.
I
You
didn't-
didn't? Oh, shit. Well,
But yeah, it doesn't matter.
This
Yeah.
is about
It
the
doesn't matter.
area it would be for me, though. Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool like horror movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
It did a lot of teasing until like the last. Remember, because we were watching like, come on, like I thought that it picked up a lot the last like 15 minutes. Like the last 15 minutes, it really ramped up, but it took a lot to get it to there. But I thought it was cool though. Number 58, he's
I
out
dug
there.
the mask on the killer
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't like that he started talking.
Yeah.
No, he shouldn't have talked. I agree there.
That was my biggest hiccup with it.
Yeah.
All right, 58 for you,
But no,
Paul.
I enjoyed it.
Let's see, 58 for me will be one that Chad just talked about, and that's Trick. I didn't think it was bad. Like I said, I had some awesome kills in it. Like some of the kills they showed.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
all practical effects. There's a little bit of CGI, but it's not that bad. It's pretty practical effect. And it's got Tom Atkins. I mean,
It does have Tom Atkins. Yeah, I
it
didn't
does
even,
have Tom Atkins. Omar Epps was kind of bad casting there.
he was, and
I would have picked somebody else.
I
But
love
yeah, I
it.
mean, I think it's a good like Halloween watch. Like every year, maybe throw in every other year Halloween type watch.
That's what I like. I like to hear that.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching like every Halloween time for sure.
57.
57. I don't think any of y'all saw this but me. But Serenity with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
I heard the ending of the movie, and I just couldn't bring myself to watch it.
Yeah, it was shot well. It was just super like confusing, and it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. This weird type of thriller where Anne Hathaway tries to get Matthew McConaughey to help her like kill her husband or something.
Jason
I don't
Cole.
know. Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good. I forgot how I watched it, but
Shame. 57, Chad.
57 had some cool action scenes in it, but nothing outstanding. But I still enjoyed parts of it. Gemini Man, Will Smith. Will Smith's made these last few, other than I love Bad Boys for Life, but these last few he's made have been some stinkers. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even see that Collateral one, but I heard it was really bad. There's really cool action scenes in this movie, and I like the premise of the movie. It's just the CGI Will Smith, the young one, it looks really bad at times. Like his mouth looks really bad. Then at the end, it looks really bad when it shows him like that part really kind of takes you away from. But the action scenes in it were really cool, and it looks really good on 4K. But it's just those CGI parts kind of really bring it down for me. But I still liked it though.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was on a lot of people's bottom of their list. That just
Yeah.
bashing that movie.
Yeah, everybody was bashing it, man. But I went in wanting a fun action movie, and it was a fun action movie. It's just the CGI, but you're going to get that when you make Will Smith,
20 years younger,
yeah,
20, 30 years younger.
yeah.
57 for you, Paul.
I believe both of you guys have already discussed this one, and I watched this one in theater as well, which I didn't hate it. And that's The Prodigy. I'm not huge on like killer kid films. I thought that one was pretty well done. Had the kid from the first It in it. But yeah, I didn't think it was bad. I haven't watched it since the theater. But yeah, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, that's what I'd feel about it. Yeah. What are we on? 56? 55?
We'll get there.
56?
56.
56. Go with it.
56. This one I was super hyped about. It took me a while to get to it. Watching it, it was throughout the holidays. But Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I was super excited about it, and I liked some of the visuals in it. I thought some of the scenes were shot well, but overall, I thought it just missed. I think it was stuck. Like it didn't know if it wanted to be like a kids movie or be, like a serious horror movie, and it just kind of got stuck. But I didn't like it.
So that was that one was PG-13 too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think I would like that movie a whole lot more if I was like 12 years old.
I agree.
Something like that.
Back when we read the books in elementary school.
It's a little too scary for little kids, but it's a perfect movie for like a 10, 11, 12-year-old, something like that.
Well, that's one I haven't picked up or watched yet.
Did you ever see it, Tony?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I get the slip for
I
it.
still have it. Yeah.
What about you, Chad? 56 for you.
56. Sorry, I had to reopen my app. 56 for me is a suspense thriller on Netflix called Kidnapping Stella. It actually had some pretty cool like dramatic scenes in it, and it was well made. It's not like a rewatchable movie, but it's definitely worth checking out if you're into like suspense thriller type movies on Netflix. Netflix is so cool because you're not investing anything but just a little bit of time, or Hulu. So it's worth watching for sure. Number 56 would be Kidnapping Stella for me.
56 for me is another kind of killer kid, whatever film. I think it's a Netflix film as well, and that's The Hole in the Ground. I didn't think it was horrible. It kind of toward the end, the first probably hour of it was pretty enjoyable, and then that last 30 minutes or 45 minutes, whatever, it just kind of fell off. It's another kind of kid gets lost in the woods, comes back, don't know if it's the kid, acting different, type thing.
Yeah, that's what I missed. I wanted to see it, but
it's an okay one-time watch. I could have been a lot better for me.
Yeah.
All right. 55.
55.
55.
This one I thought was actually a pretty good movie. I just didn't, it just didn't really click with me. I don't know if y'all saw it. Chad, you might have seen it. Fighting with My Family.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it.
It was really well made. I thought it was a good story. I really like Florence Pugh, the chick
she's
from
great, yeah.
Midsummer. So yeah, it was a good movie. I just knew after I watched it, I was like, okay, like I won't watch it again.
Well, it hit.
I never bought it. I think that's another one I watched on demand or something.
Yeah.
If it had been about Sanchez Turner, you would have been invested in it.
Maybe.
Sanchez.
But yeah, it was still well made. It was a good like kind of feel good movie.
Yeah, Jamie, that's the movie about Paige from the WWE.
Yeah.
All right, 55 for you, Chad.
55 for me was an animated movie, Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had a lot of fun with it, man. It's my first one of these that other than Killing Joke, then I got a lot of the other ones. I haven't started watching them yet, but this was the first, like the 4K ones that I started watching. And it was fun, man. I look forward to seeing how these other ones are. I wasn't as big into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like y'all were because I don't know, for whatever reason, I was already so far into like just baseball and collecting cards and stuff that I didn't really watch Turtles. My brother did, but I thought it was good. It was fun.
If you like that, you definitely need to check out Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah, for sure. I need to get that one.
Yeah, that's a solid one. 55 for you, Paul.
55 for me, animated movie as well. To me, it just didn't ever need to be made, and that was Toy Story 4. I think they could have just stopped at 3. I don't know why they tried to do another one. Of course, money. And I'm sure it made a killing amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
I just think they should have stopped at 3. It just none of the characters, minus Woody and Buzz, whatnot. You're just not invested in the characters at all. So
Yeah, and I think how they ended 3 was absolutely perfect to
yeah,
end
perfect.
in that
Why
franchise
they?
on.
This one's almost like a spinoff to me. I mean, it should have been like a spinoff movie, not continued on with it. It's
Yeah,
fell
because
flat.
3 they just wrapped it up perfectly with 3.
Yep,
I mean, it was full
They
should have
circle.
ended,
With it.
ended
like,
there.
They should have gone with Forky and just made like a whole thing about Forky.
Yep.
Like, just not even call it Toy Story. Because Forky was the best part.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen that one yet either.
Nah, Joe Down.
54, Jordan.
54. Paul already talked about it. Ad Astra. Just looks good.
Yeah,
It's
it
good
looks
eye
beautiful.
candy. But that's really about it.
This story's just boring as hell to me.
Yeah, it was a dud. It kind of felt like a Terrence Malick film to me, like where it had a whole lot of nothing, but it looked good. But
It's a shame.
Not good enough.
That especially with Brad Pitt's in that one.
mm-hmm.
55.
It had everything going for it.
Yeah,
It didn't.
and Tommy Lee
Didn't
Jones
land.
is in that one too, ain't he?
Who?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh yeah, Tommy Lee Jones is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the dad. Yeah.
That's a shame. 55, Chad.
I thought it was 54.
No, 54, Chad.
54 for me would be Light of My Life. I enjoyed this one. It was Casey Affleck, which he usually makes depressing movies now. He's really good at making depressing movies. I really like this one though. It's lower down because it's not a lot of it's not rewatchable really because it's rough. But I'm glad that I'm glad I bought it. It's on Prime though. If y'all want to check it out, it's like a post-apocalyptic like suspense thriller, and it's snowy setting, and some of the parts too. But I liked it. Casey Affleck just he knows how to. That's what he makes, man. It's his little pocket, I guess.
Yeah, or any of his movies really rewatchable?
I can rewatch this one. It's not like some of his other ones, but this one's it's like watching a Sons of Anarchy episode. It's always got you on edge.
Okay.
They're just running the whole movie because they're after women in the movie, and his daughter. They're trying to hide from everybody that's trying to come after the women, But it's good. It's on Prime.
54 for you, Paul.
I believe this is another Netflix one. I think Chad, you might have watched this one. I mean, we know he's become a dud in his later movies, and that's Murder Mystery with Adam Sandler.
That's crazy. Yep.
It wasn't horrible though compared to some of his last ones.
wasn't.
Like I actually enjoyed watching it. I mean, it wasn't bad. Him and Jennifer Aniston kind of worked together pretty well.
I like
it.
it.
Had some, it had some funny moments in it. But it's just it's kind of a run of the mill. Nothing great. Not a whole lot of rewatchability, but it was okay. Jordan.
Well, Jordan, 53, sir.
53. I think this was a A24 film with what's his name? Robert Pattinson. High Life, another sci-fi kind of.
Yeah, I missed that one. I wanted to see that one. I just didn't get
missed that one too.
Yeah, it's a slow burn. I think it's just Pattinson and another guy. I can't remember who it was, or 2 or 3 people in the spaceship, and it's a slow burn. It's long. It's drawn out. Kind of has a weird, twisty ending to it. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
High Life.
It was kind of
Like,
High Life.
yeah.
I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out on that.
But it's worth a watch. But it's just okay. A little bit better than Ad Astra.
You get a meh.
Ben Grimm said Andre 3000 was the other guy. I guess he's talking about, he said Andre 3000 was the other guy in the movie. Is that right, or is he talking about something else?
It might have been. I can't remember. That was a while back when I watched it.
All right. 53, Chad.
It's funny. I laughed when Paul said his 54 because my 53 was murder mystery. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan. Old Adam Sandler. Happy Madison, Adam Sandler in the last 3 or 4 years. You can go on with it somewhere, but this one is in that same pocket to me as like just go with it, blended. It's like it's still got some ridiculous parts, but it's actually funny. It's not that really ridiculous Happy Madison unfunny stuff to me. I had fun with it. It's like I said, he said it's not great, but it was cool. It was one of his better comedies he's done in the last few years. That's not saying a lot, but
Plus, when you have Jennifer Aniston to look at, that helps.
no, that always will help forever.
All right, 53 for you, Paul.
53 for me. I believe I'm the only one that's seen this. I don't think you guys have watched it yet. And that's the new Jumanji: The Next Level.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that before.
I didn't think it was. I mean, it's another one. It's kind of run of the mill. I enjoyed the first one better than this one, but yeah, it wasn't just. It wasn't. I don't see a lot of rewatchability. I believe has it even came to video yet? Or,
No, it comes out this Thursday.
Yeah, I was supposed to say.
Yeah,
It's coming out here soon.
Pretty soon here. I'll probably rewatch it again. But yeah, it's it's one of those I'd wait until rental type situation.
Yeah, find it at a used place for cheap.
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's.
So we're gonna. Jordan's resetting his router because his audio is glitching. So we'll take like a couple minutes for him to get back on here. I'm gonna go take a piss break real quick. If y'all want to shoot the shit for a second.
Come on, grab a drink real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll float this ship going on. Let's roll.
Man, a boy.
Personal time with and of course he has to.
That picture.
God bless. You did that on purpose, didn't you? So the people still in here. This is a very long stream we got going on here. It's a lot of damn movies. I for sure as shit didn't see as many as these guys did. I was maybe in the 20 to 30 range of 2019 movies I saw, but these guys go ham sandwich, and I don't keep up with a list with mine, so shit happens. But how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're having a good time with this. It's dragging. I think we're at almost 2 hours, and we're not even at 50 yet. So holy shit! Say hello if you're still in here. I'm talking to myself. I'm steering the ship. My bow tie fell off. It's the end of the world. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that damn picture. Right there on the left. Fucking creeper status right there. A beardless Tony. It's a rare sight these days.
All righty. Get back in the fold, Tony.
Hey, Grizz. Get that damn picture off there. So bad.
Oh, gotta love him. Dude, we gained a viewer once we left, dude.
I know. It's just because I went solo on it.
Tuxedo Tony, dude. I got some Reese's peanut butter eggs. I'm fixing them.
Oh, shit.
Real quick.
The Reese's are always the holiday Reese's are always the best. Like the Reese Christmas trees, the Reese pumpkins. There he is.
I'm back.
He's back, everybody. Guess who's back? Back again.
While you were doing that, I took a piss break. Paul's taking a piss break, so it worked out.
Okay.
Yep.
I just can't get my audio. I just can't. It's like right now it sounds okay, but I mean, 10 minutes from now, everybody's just all like cracky and poppy.
So weird.
Huh.
Headphones don't matter. It's like not working like it did last night.
It's weird.
I reset my router. I restarted my phone.
Grizz said he loved the four faces of Tony. Bottom right is the coronavirus. Yeah, Yeah, my old wife got a kick out of that line too, thanks to Paul. First thing she said this morning when
She's
she
the one that got us these pictures, her posting that.
yeah, she said, "What the hell what's up with the live stream with all your pictures on there?" I said, "That's thanks to you, my darling wife. Thank you so much for posting all those on Facebook where they could easily
Dude, we're gonna
access
do
those."
mine next week or next time.
So funny.
Ugh. Go ahead and show yours off, Jordan, right quick. Look at that. That's Rico Suave Tony right there, baby. Woo wee! Just the killer right there,
That
man.
bottom left, dude, is the greatest picture of all time. Paul, show him yours real quick.
Oh,
Oh God,
There
look
we
at that. Little freaking fucking Toad from Super Mario
that's
right there.
so
Look at that hair
cool.
helmet.
Still Tony.
Let's just do our countdown.
Izzy said bottom left is the guy providing victims for the hostile. Bottom right is the guy killing. Oh shit. Many faces of Tony.
All right,
52,
ready?
Jordan. 52.
Yeah, well, we're on 52.
52.
52. And let's roll. Let's go with it.
All right. This one, everybody seemed to be excited about but me, which just wasn't really crazy about the storyline of it. But it ended up being okay, and that is Ready or Not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah, you had no interest in that movie whatsoever when it first.
No, none at all. Just not really my style, but I did really like the ending. And it was well done. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I can see why people like it.
Did you keep that one?
I never bought it. I
Oh.
think I watched it on Paul's Voodoo or something.
I got you. 52, Chad. Oh, I caught him mid-drink.
52, Netflix movie, The Perfection. I don't know if y'all saw that one.
Yep.
I thought this one was good. I thought it had a lot of twists to it, though. They just kept happening, like, towards the last, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of had it kind of fell a little bit further down from that, but I still thought it was good, though. Because my list, we're like halfway on mine. So, yeah, number 52, The Perfection.
Boom. 52 for you, Paul.
52 for me was one that Jordan mentioned earlier, and that's Fighting with My Family. I think this was probably going to be Chad. You have this on your list?
Yeah, it's higher up on mine.
Okay, I figured this would be higher up on mine and Chad's. I know Jordan didn't grow up with wrestling or anything like me, Chad, and Tony did. So I think that gave more of an emphasis for us because we know the whole backstory of Paige and whatnot, and the whole. But I thought it was well done.
I've seen the more recent videos of Paige.
Giggity. That's a whole nother ball game. But
Totally got him off track.
I thought we're getting to the movies now that I enjoyed. I didn't love them, but I still got enjoyment out of it, and that's definitely one.
Got him distracted on that one.
Yeah.
51, Viz.
51. One of my biggest disappointments of the year. It Chapter 2.
Ooh.
It wasn't awful. I just there was a lot of decisions that were made that I didn't like. It just didn't work for me. I had really high hopes. I thought it was going to be like a top 5 movie, of the year.
No.
And because I loved the first one, but just didn't like it.
Especially with that opening scene, it's like, holy shit,
yeah,
this is what we're in for.
Yeah, that opening scene was amazing.
Yeah, it's like, hell yeah, this is the ride we're going to be on for this one. So here we go.
Now, I still bought the 4K.
Went to shit after that to me.
I got the 4K at Christmas and rewatched it, and still nothing changed for me. So
51, Chad.
51 for me is Kill Team. I think it's on Amazon Prime. It was a really solid war film. It was a war film. Yeah, it definitely was. But it was more like a drama. But the performances in it were really good. And I'm a big fan of war movies and stuff surrounding war movies, and it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's worth checking out.
I
Number
had to
50,
write that one down.
Kill Team. Yep.
51 for me. Tony, I believe you just recently watched this, and that's Angel Has Fallen.
Yes.
I didn't think it was bad. It's not my favorite of the whole Has Fallen movies. Probably
No.
one of the weaker ones. The storyline was very predictable. Like I knew who the bad guy was. I mean, you could totally see that. But I mean, it's one of those just popcorn type action films, huge explosions, almost like a Michael Bay film. You know,
Yep.
just
It's a throwback to those 80s, 90s action movies.
yeah. I mean, it was still enjoyable, but you know, like I said, these movies are just kind of one-time watches.
See, it ranks third in out of that franchise to me because I like London Has Fallen and Olympus Has Fallen better.
Yep.
But I'm a big fan of the franchise. All right, 50.
Made it to
Number
50.
50.
50 for me would be Captain Marvel. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. It was fine. I like what's her name, Brie Larson. Like I think she makes like a legitimate character. But it's just kind of like run of the mill.
Just a me.
Yeah.
Me.
But I didn't hate it. A lot of people really didn't like it.
Well, I think it's more because of Brie Larson than anything, I guess, because of some of the stuff she said about comic book movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people was hating on it more than anything. But I never did see it, so I don't know if it's good or not.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
50 for you, Chad.
50 for me is one I didn't think was going to be any good at all, and I actually thought it was really funny, and that's Stuber with Batista and I can't remember the Indian guy's name, but he's pretty funny in it too. It's just like a buddy comedy, It's ridiculous, but it was funny. I wasn't expecting it to be at all, and I found it for a good deal and took a chance on it, and it was worth it. I kept it.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say that it's pretty damn funny.
Yeah, that dude's getting really popular too. I can't remember that guy's name, but he's in that new movie coming out with him and that black girl. Like they're a couple, and then they get involved in like a murder or something. But it was funny.
Right on. 50 for you, Paul.
Number 50 for me, Jordan just talked about, because it was probably the biggest disappointment for me of the year, and that's It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
It was still well done. Like, I mean, the production value, they're just some of the CGI was horribly done. I know a lot of people loved Bill Hader in this and his character. I wasn't a fan of it at all. I wasn't a fan of the CGI, the jump scares. Some of the comedy that was thrown in there was just at horrible times for me. That, like I said, that first 10-minute, 15-minute scene was great, but for me, it just kind of slowly went downhill from there on. So for me, the movie was well done, but it was just a huge miss because I had really high hopes. I loved the first one. Just nope, shoo.
Izzy said that guy's name in the chat from Stuber. Kumail
Nanjiani, yeah.
Yep,
I saw
yep.
the code for that. Yep. That's that dude's name. He's fine. He's been getting really big movies lately.
So for number 49, here we go.
49, Toy Story 4. Took the kids to see it. Obviously, I love the Toy Story movies, but just like Paul says, it's not needed. There wasn't enough to it. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't needed.
Yeah. Just
It's
a
a good
cash
looking
grab.
4K.
Oh, I can imagine. It looks incredible.
The kids really like it, so I mean that helps.
Yeah.
That
I'm
really
sure.
goes for my stuff.
I'm sure that new Frozen movie looks incredible in 4K too.
Well, I'm sure.
All right, 49 for you, Chad.
49
Keep it
for
moving.
me. Paul talked about it already. It was it's higher up on my list. I liked it more than Paul did. Rattlesnake. I don't know, man. Something about that movie grabbed me. What it slipped though, because like the last again, it didn't finish well for me. The ending kind of, I don't know. But throughout, though, I dug it, man. But it just started falling off towards the end of the movie, so it dropped to 49. But I still liked it, though. It's Rattlesnake.
It's in your top half.
Yeah.
49 for me, Chad mentioned, talked about earlier. And that's Good Boys. I had some laughs with it. There were some moments on it that were fun. It reminded me of like some of the kid comedies that we kind of watched growing up with some of the kid style humor. But I mean, there were still some moments that made me laugh about it. But it was one of those where they show all the best laughs, in the trailer.
Yep.
And then once you watch it, you've already seen a lot of the good laughs. But yeah, for me, a good one-time watch. A rental.
48.
48. Alita, Battlestar Angel. Just random. I had no intention of ever watching it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was around Black Friday, like where everybody was kind of like, it's actually like pretty good, yada, yada. It had been out for a while. So I picked it up on Black Friday, and it was enjoyable.
Yep.
CGI fest. But
It's all CGI, yeah.
well, yeah, it's just nonstop. But it was okay.
Yeah,
I need to watch it again. I don't really remember a whole lot.
Was it a keeper?
Yeah, I kept
The 4K looks really good.
it looks amazing. Derek Mears in it too, don't
Yeah. I saw he had a picture on his table from that movie.
Yeah, yeah, he played one of the bad guys in it.
What's going on, Brian? All right, what are we at? 48 for you, Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah, 48. Another one of those Hulu Into the Dark. Just one of the better ones. It's called Down. I don't know if y'all seen that one. And the entire movie takes place in an elevator, more or less. And the chick in it's a giggity, so that gave it some points. But I liked it. It was cool. Like it was, like I said, these Into the Dark are real risky ones. But as far as just them being good, you're not risking nothing, because it's part of the Hulu membership. But this is one of the better ones, so I had it up higher. So 48. It's Down. Still 24 people, man. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Y'all the real ones here.
48 for me. I believe. I don't know if you brought it up yet, Chad. I know Jordan just did not too long ago, and that's scary stories to tell in the dark. I believe my son, he loved it, and I think it's a great teenage horror film. Yeah. It's perfect for that age, or if you're trying to get like a teenager, and kind of want to get them into horror, or want to breach those of getting them to watch a horror, that would be a great one to start with for me. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. I haven't watched it since I watched it in theater though, so I do need to rewatch it, but I didn't think it was bad.
47.
47. Godzilla King of Monsters. It was good eye candy. It was fun to watch. I just thought it was just kind of lazy, like the storyline of it. I mean, I know it's a Godzilla film, but I think it could have just been constructed a little bit better. But, it was a fun watch. It was a keeper.
It's a keeper. Yeah, that's one I'm going to pick up if I find it cheap with the slip.
Yeah, it's worth picking up.
Yeah, it's fun.
47 for you, Chad.
47 for me would be Ma. Thought it was cool at parts. It's ridiculous at parts as well. You could compare it. A lot of people compared it to Misery. As far the only thing about it that's Misery would just be it's an older woman that's crazy, but it's not really anything like Misery. It had a couple cool parts to it. I ain't gonna lie. I dug some of it, but it started getting really ridiculous at parts too, so that's why it was lower. But still lower, it's still 47. So I had fun with it. That's Ma 47.
47 for me. I think Jordan mentioned earlier, and that was Captain Marvel. Brie Larson, giggity though.
Haircut.
Yeah, minus the.
She didn't have that haircut.
She didn't have it in that one, but
Not that, but that's
But,
right.
yeah, as long as she didn't have the bob haircut.
Endgame.
we're good.
Shoo.
But yeah, no, I thought it was okay. I mean, it wasn't something I'd go back and rewatch over and over again, but it's an okay one-time watch, I guess.
Yeah, it's a meh. It's a meh.
Yeah.
Meh. Okay, I forget the 43.
46.
46.
Whoa, way off. Whoa,
Way
whoa.
off. Samsonite.
Johnny.
I was way off.
46. Here we go.
46 for me. Shazam. Took me forever to get around to watching it. The one thing that really surprised me with it is that it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And it has
really?
a Christmas setting in it, which
Mhm.
was nice. Because I think I watched it around Christmas time, not knowing. But yeah, it was okay. It's obviously going kind of that goofy route, in the DC world. But, it was okay. I liked it more than I thought I would. But still, kind of middle of the road.
Interesting. I never knew it was Christmas. It was based around Christmas.
Yeah.
Huh. All right, Chad.
Huh.
40, what are we on? 46?
Yep.
Yeah.
46 for me is Cold Pursuit. I liked it better than Jordan and Paul. Like I said, I'm a Liam Neeson mark, so I enjoyed it. It's got some dark humor to it. I like it, but I get why it's lower on their list. But I'm a Liam Neeson mark, so I had it higher up. 46, Cold Pursuit. It was fun though. I liked it.
Yeah, I think we're starting to get to the movies where at least we're enjoyable. I mean, we did last year. Like you said, there were so many good movies that came out last year. These are kind of just falling right in the middle.
Yeah, they're good. They had to be at some point on the list.
Yep. So 46 for me, Chad just mentioned, I believe, a minute ago, and that's Ma. I believe Olivia, whatever her name is.
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I thought she did well. She played the part really well.
Yeah.
But for me, it missed in parts, but I think her performance really carried the film.
Oh, she
overall.
played a great crazy person.
Yeah.
She
Scared
did
the shit out of me for sure. But,
it was everything else that was kind of like,
Crazy lady.
I missed that one. I never saw it.
yeah.
That's what
I mean, it's a good. I would say it's a rental, or
I didn't buy it. I watched it. I rented it.
I
I
think
think
I
it's on
picked it up.
demand.
I think I picked it up for cheap when it was like $10 or something on sale.
Crazy lady. 45.
All right. Well, I'm gonna disappoint everybody with my 45.
Oh boy, let's
Crawl. Crawl.
Really?
Oh yeah, we went
Yeah.
through this.
I've watched it twice.
After I was expecting Jordan to love that movie, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna love it."
I don't know, man.
And then he
And,
he hits us with a, huh.
yeah, it wasn't bad. It just didn't really hit with me like I thought it would. And I've even watched it a second time, and it was just okay. That's all I can really say about it.
Well, it stinks.
That happens. I mean, I felt the same way about it, chapter 2 with y'all's, but I get it. We're just different ones.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got for us, Chad? Yep. What do you
Man,
got for us?
I didn't catch this at the theater. I missed it when Ivy and Chance went and saw it, and then I bought it on 4K the day it came out, and then it just got forgot about, and then I watched it at the tail end of the cutoff time, and I thought it was a lot better than I was expecting. Scary Stories. I expected to not like it at all, and I did. I thought it was creepy. Now, granted, it's geared towards younger kids, like y'all talked about, but I still thought it was fun. It surprised me that I liked it as much as I did. But it's number 45 on mine. The Scary Stories.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Number 45 on my. I believe you guys watched this together. I might have missed it. I watched it later, and that was Haunt.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought it was good. It just wasn't. That's kind of where it falls in my chart. Like we're getting to all these movies could be rearranged. If I did I move up, down. But yeah. I thought the killers were pretty good. They're making a lot of these haunted house type films or carnival type things. It seems to be a norm every year now. But I thought this was one of the better ones done. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad's worst nightmare in a haunted house.
Yeah. Well, anybody. I've always thought that was like if you were going to go on
Yeah.
a killing spree, that'd be one
Just
of the
seeing Chad tippy
craziest
toeing
places
through
to do it.
through a haunted house is just the greatest thing ever, though.
Y'all scared me more than the haunted house did.
Oh God, we were standing in line and Jordan scared him.
They were doing it all night. 6 haunted houses in one. It was like every.
Poor
Good
Chad.
times.
44.
Good times. All right, what are we on? 44?
Yes, sir. Bring it to me.
44 for me is Spider-Man 2, Far From Home. Is that what it was called?
Yep.
No, I didn't get to.
It was fun. It was just coming off of Endgame. So it just kind of followed up right after that. It was okay. It wasn't crazy about Jake Gyllenhaal, his character.
Yeah,
But I like the ending, like the twists at the end, the after credit stuff. Like I thought that was pretty cool, leading into whatever comes next. But, it was all right. I didn't like it as much as the first one,
yeah, I agree with that.
whatever that one was called,
Homecoming.
but it was okay.
It's all right. It looks good. That's about it. Okay. Anyway, 45 for you, Chad, or 40, whatever number we're on. You go, Chad.
44 for me is. I thought it was hilarious. Between Two Ferns, the movie. I love Zach Galifianakis. I love the Between Two Ferns YouTube series. I think it's hilarious the way he it's so awkward, but it's so hilarious. I was excited for the movie, and it was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was fun, funny as hell, and it's my number 44.
My number 44. It's funny. Jordan just said it, and that's Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yep.
I thought it was one of the. It wasn't bad. I didn't like it as much as what was Homecoming. I believe was the one before that.
Yeah,
I thought that one was better done. Like I wasn't a huge fan of the Jake Gyllenhaal character either. I thought they could have picked somebody else to be the villain there, but it was still okay. So right kind of in the middle of my pack. Like I said, all these are okay to enjoyable movies. Maybe one-time watches, not a lot of rewatchability.
yeah. It was. Yeah, I would. It was mediocre. The water guy was pretty cool.
Yeah. Jordan, your production tonight is just dismal.
Awful. The audio it's just the audio, man.
I don't know why it's doing it on just yours. It's so weird.
He looks so defeated.
All right, you're up 44.
44.
43.
43.
43, Haunt. I thought the kills were cool.
Yeah.
That's
That's all I got.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
I'm gonna be quick with my 43 too. My 43 is Godzilla King of Monsters. Like Jordan said, looked great. Not a lot of story, but it was what I wanted. I just wanted to see Godzilla fight the other monsters.
Yeah.
That's what I got, so I'm cool with that. 43 Godzilla.
We got for
40
us, Paul.
43 for me. I'm not going to talk about it a lot because Jordan just talked about it earlier, and that's Alita Battle Angel. I thought it looked great. CGI is very well done in it. I enjoyed the story. I thought it was a pretty cool story.
I did too.
I'd like to see them do a sequel. I think they are doing a sequel. So it'd be kind of cool to see where they progress with the story.
Then it has Christoph Waltz in it too. I enjoy him as an actor, don't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
Derek Mears plays a pretty good villain in that.
Nice. All right, you're up,
Let's
Jordan.
keep it moving.
Go with it.
42. 42 for me is Good Boys.
She said it.
Fun little comedy. kind of like a wannabe super bad, a little bit younger humor.
Yeah.
But it had some funny moments. Good one watcher.
Yes, sir.
What's your 42 there, Chad?
42 for me be Angel Has Fallen. It was my least favorite of the three. Still had fun with it. Just like with Godzilla, I wanted a kick-ass action movie. I felt like that's what I got. It served its purpose to me. That's my number 42.
Yes.
Angel Has Fallen.
42 for me. I believe this is the first time it's on the list, and that's Rambo: Last Blood.
Mm.
I didn't hate it. I mean, it's just fucking Stallone's getting old as shit.
Yeah.
He's getting to pushing his limits of being in these films. I think it would have been better if they would have just kind of ended it there.
It should have ended it.
They should have killed him off. I think kind of there, because they're going to try to come out with another one of some sort. But it wasn't bad. It was probably one of the most brutal Rambos that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
Minus the one right before that. But yeah, I mean, it was okay, enjoyable story. Some crazy kills, action, over the top, but Stallone's he's getting a little too aged for that. But I still enjoyed it though,
and it had some slasher aspects to it.
Yeah.
Boom. 41, Jordan.
41. Frozen 2.
Nice.
Took the kids to see it. Obviously, I don't really care about Frozen that much, but it was just a really fun theater experience. I actually watched it again today with the kids. The music's really good in it. I just think it's really well done. I think I like it a little bit more than the first one, to be honest.
Nice. I have to watch that one.
Yeah, it was a good time.
41 for you, Chad.
41 for me, Child's Play remake. I like the kills. I think the kills are cool. I don't like the way Chucky looks. I'm not the hugest fan of Child's Play. I like the kills. I thought the way it was shot was cool at parts, but there was a lot of stuff that I felt wrong with. That's why it's kind of lower, but it's still 41, so I still enjoyed it enough.
What did Ivy think of that one? You and Ivy went and watched it together.
Yeah, he liked it. It's like second in all the Child's Play movies to him.
I know he's not a huge fan of the franchise.
Yeah, it's the first one, and then that one I think is his second favorite.
All right, 41 for me. Both of you guys already talked about it, so I'm not really going to go into. That's Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a good Godzilla film. I look forward to Godzilla versus King Kong, which I believe is this year. I believe is when that comes out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always a fan of those movies. They're, ridiculous, but they're good, theater watches.
Yeah, it's fun blockbusters.
Yep. 40.
I have an idea. We don't have to do this if y'all don't want to, but what if we did 40 through 30 individually? Like, I do like my 10, you do your 10, Chad.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
It might speed it up just a little bit.
Yeah, we can speed it up. Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Because a lot of them, we've already kind of
cool,
talked
man.
about.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead with it. You want
Let's
to
do
start
like
up?
40 through 31, I guess.
All right, 40 through 31 for Jordan.
All right.
Go.
All right, so here we go. Number 40, Chad already talked about The Perfection on Netflix. Had no idea what I was going into with this one. The first big twist in it really caught me off guard.
Yeah, me too.
And kind of hooked me in, just with that first twist. So yeah, I thought that was really well done. Just kind of came out of nowhere. 39, Chad already talked about it. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Good time. Watched it with the kids. Just like all the DC animated stuff, it is solid. 38, I forgot I watched this one, and I don't think I ever brought it up to y'all. Paul, you might have seen it. Climax.
No, I didn't.
On, Amazon
but I
Prime.
it was interesting in watching it. I heard it's batshit crazy.
It's all over the place. It's kind of artsy fartsy. It's a group of dancers like in a rehearsal space,
To get high on some kind of drug.
Yeah, they all start getting all tripped out on acid. I can't remember what all they do, but it starts having like some horror elements into it. The music's really crazy. It's got a lot of choreography to it. So it's really well done. It's just super weird. But that's 38.
I believe it's Lars
37
and
was
the same guy that did House That Jack Built, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. 37 was the Fire Festival. It was like a documentary on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one.
About Ja Rule, this guy. Did I tell y'all about that one?
Mm-mm.
I know about the situation, but I didn't. You hadn't told me about the movie or the documentary.
Oh, okay. It's just really well done. Just this random documentary. These people set up this big festival event type of situation, and it ends up just going south, and all these people lose their money. Ja Rule was like an investor in it, but really good documentary. 36, 3 from Hell. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I just don't think it was needed, but I had fun watching it. Leaving Neverland is my number 35. As that Michael Jackson documentary.
Oh yeah.
So hard to watch, but really well done. But it was a really tough watch.
Yeah.
34, Terminator, Dark Fate. Hated Sarah Connor. Coming back to it. What's her name?
Linda Hamilton.
Yeah. And, it had moments that I liked. It had moments I didn't like. But overall, I just, it was kind of a disappointment. 33 was Six Underground. It came out on Netflix.
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Michael Bay movie. It's just nonstop action. It's just nonstop Michael Bay, just being Michael Bay. It has really bad music too. It has like poppy music playing the whole time. But some really fun action scenes. Now, I'm really going to disappoint everybody. Number 32 for me is The Irishman.
Ooh.
It was just too long.
Yeah.
It was just too long. I don't think I'll watch it again. Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to buy the Criterion of it. But it was well done. I really enjoyed Joe Pesci in it. And obviously De Niro killed it. And Pacino. But just didn't really land with me like it did with everybody else. And 31, we recently watched Color Out of Space, Nicolas Cage. I thought it was a fun watch. It was really out there, really weird. I actually wanted it weird, but still a fun time for sure. So that's my 40 through 31. Trying to knock out a little chunk there.
All right, Chad.
God, I thought that was a 2020 movie.
Which one?
Color Out of Space? No, that was last year.
God damn it.
Yes, 2019.
Well, that would have been my
That's all right. I mean, if you had to place it, where would it be? Like in your 20s?
It'd be in my top 20 for sure. I loved it.
Your teens?
Yeah, it'd be in the top 15 or 20. Damn it. Oh, I feel no.
Which one's that? I missed it. I had to jump out real quick.
Color Out of Space.
Color Out of Space. Chad didn't know it was a 2019.
I put it as a 2020 because it came out. Oh well.
It's all good.
Tony, I'm echoing. I don't know what it is.
Is it coming through on the left? Yeah, I had to plug back in my phone because it's about to die.
I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah, I hear it too.
All right, Chad, you ready?
Yeah.
40 through
Number 40.
31.
Number 40 for me would be Hulk. I thought it was basically just an amped up version of. Call that echo. It's basically just an amped up version of what the movie we watched last year that was really good.
Hellfest.
Hellfest, yeah. It was just an amped up version of Hellfest. Had some good kills in it. 39 would be Fractured. I really dug Fractured, man. It was a good, like, I guess you could consider it a thriller. I just thought it was really interesting, like the story was, and then like it was the whole take on the CTE stuff the dude was going through. I'm not a Sam Worthington fan, but I thought he did really good in it. Is Fear Footage a 2019 movie?
I have it as a 2020.
The first one?
Footage one?
The first one. I don't know what it is. I don't even have it on my list.
I have it as a 2019 Fear Footage 1 because it came out last year.
Oh, I don't know. It might have been.
So I have it as a
Think about it.
2019. The
That's
first
actually
Fear.
marked as a 2018 movie.
Oh my god. Well,
Here, you could just replace it with
Well,
Color
yeah.
Out of Space.
Color Out of Space can take the spot of that one.
Yeah.
boom, there we go. Color Out of Space 39, 38. Let's go ahead and throw it in there. I thought it was dope. I thought it was really good. The visuals in it was creepy as shit. Nicolas Cage was ridiculous. 37, Alita Battle Angel, was going in expecting nothing as far as me liking it. I thought it was really good. And I'm not a big CGI heavy person with certain. So
I was
with
about
like,
to say that's like the opposite film for you.
yeah, for sure. That's why I was like, well, and but I thought it was really good actually. 36 was Night Hunter, man. That's one I suggest y'all check out. Henry Cavill was in it. It's a good suspense thriller. Them trying to find him out. He's like hunting down the serial killer. It's really, really good. It's worth checking out. 35, I'm Just Fucking With You.
I've heard that was really good.
It's really good. It's the best. It's the best, hands down. In the dark movie, the Who series. Definitely worth checking out. Shot amazing, looks really good. The music in it's really good.
The comedy's really good.
Yeah, the comedy in it's good. It's just good all the way around. 34 is one that I wasn't expecting to like as much as I did, but I thought it was really, really good. That's Anna. Great, like, action movie. The chick in it, I forgot her name. She is a major giggity. The chick that plays Anna in it, she does a really good job in it as well. 33, a very depressing movie, but very well made movie. Marriage Story. Again, it's done really well. It's not one I would rewatch a lot, but it was done really well. The performances in it was really good, I thought. 32, I liked more than y'all, but it's still, Ad Astra, I thought it looked amazing. Brad Pitt did really good in it. I totally get why you can say it was boring because it is a slow burn. I don't know. I dug the story. I thought it looked really good. The ending's kind of lackluster a little bit, but I still dug it. And 31 was Jojo Rabbit. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I'm glad that I got that one in before the end of the year.
I missed that one.
So yeah,
That's another one I didn't see.
Yeah, I missed
it's hilarious. But yeah, that's my 40 through 31. God, I'm mad at myself. I didn't look at that.
All right. Number 40 for me. I don't believe anybody's mentioned yet. That was Aladdin. I just thought it was okay. It was enjoyable watch. I thought it's as far as the live action, it's definitely not one of my favorites. 39, I know Chad hated. Me and Jordan liked it pretty well, though, and that's 3 from Hell. It definitely had plot holes and was not great by any stretch of the imagination, but I still had a lot of fun with it. 38, I don't believe any of you guys watched. I believe this was a Netflix film, and that was Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, the Ted Bundy story with Zac Efron.
Oh,
Yeah, I never watched it.
I enjoyed it. I thought Zac Efron did a great job playing Ted Bundy. Story was definitely interesting to me. I would definitely recommend watching. Let's see, that was 40, 39, 38. 37 to me was Terminator Dark Fate. To me, it was just okay. Definitely not the worst Terminator film, but not the best by any stretch of the imagination. They could have done better. Sarah Connor was not good. I wasn't a fan of the good girl in the movie. She was pretty forgettable to me.
Yeah.
36.
And it was
I don't believe
it was ridiculous that Arnold had a family.
Yeah, that was.
It was like the same bullshit that we were going through with Rambo.
Yeah, it was not believable at all.
Come on.
36. I don't believe you guys have seen this yet. That's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Tom Hanks playing Mr. Rogers.
I got it, but I haven't watched it yet.
I didn't think it was bad. It was okay. I was expecting a little bit more out of it. So it wasn't anything really memorable for me. Next up, 21 Bridges, which I don't know if you guys saw that one.
Oh yeah.
Chadwick Boseman. I thought it was pretty well done.
He's a
I'm not a huge Chadwick Boseman fan, but I thought he did well in that one. It's a good action, suspense type movie, I guess you would say. 34, Chad mentioned just a minute ago, and that was Anna, which I thought was a really well done spy movie. I wasn't expecting much from it at all.
No, it's 34.
Really,
yeah. Crazy.
Really surprised me. Let's see.
Yeah, I missed that one.
It's good, man.
33 is The Lion King. I mean, it's a shot-for-shot, pretty much remake of the animated one. But probably, I'm going to be honest, one of the best-looking 4Ks that I've seen. I think scenery-wise, like the way everything looks, amazing. Then 32, I don't know if you guys saw this one, The Farewell.
Heard good things about it.
Yeah, no, it was really well done. It's another one, almost like Marriage Story, like a really just sad premise. The entire movie. I believe the girl won Best Supporting Actress. I believe.
Awkwafina,
she was great in it. And then my number 31 would be the Child's Play remake, which I actually enjoyed a lot more than what I was thinking I was going to do. It was brutal. It was dark. There was a lot of rough scenes in it. Him killing cats and all kinds of other crazy stuff. And I wasn't a huge fan of the way Chucky looked, but I still didn't think it was. I thought it was pretty well done. So that's my 40 through 31.
Y'all just want to do the same thing, do 30 through 21?
Yeah. We can, once we get down to like the last 20, we can kind of go forth.
Yeah. All right. So number 30 for me was John Wick 3. I liked it a whole lot more than John Wick 2. I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just incredible action scenes. Keanu is just killing it. 29 was Triple Frontier. The Netflix movie we already talked about, but thought it was really well done. Couldn't believe it was on Netflix. I just wasn't crazy about the ending. But I definitely want to watch it again. Number 28, I don't know if I told y'all I watched this one. It was on Amazon Prime, I think. It's called The Report with Adam Driver. I can't remember who he works for. I think he's just like a journalist or something that's digging into certain stuff. And, it's like a thriller, political type of movie. But I thought it was really done well. 27, Knives Out. Really fun. Whodunit. Saw it in the theater. And I really enjoyed it. 26, Rise of Skywalker, the new Star Wars. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, so I think a lot of people, the hardcore Star Wars fans were kind of upset with it, but I thought it was fun. 25, Dr. Sleep. Didn't land with me as much as I wanted it to.
but I still really enjoyed it. I thought it kind of continued the story on really well. I loved all the hotel stuff, all the stuff with Jack Nicholson, like the guy that played Jack Nicholson. I enjoyed all that a whole lot. 24. I think me and Paul are the only people on the planet that watched this, but Hagazusa, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
Just another kind of artsy fartsy folk tale witch film. I'm sure Paul's going to talk about it at some point.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a good time. If you're into those types of movies, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. But 23 was Child's Play, the remake. Surprised me. Kind of like Chad said, I'm not the biggest Child's Play fan. I haven't even seen all of them. But I thought it was done well. The kills were really good. I was worried about it being all updated, kind of modern. But I thought they did a good job with it. 22, another one of my big disappointments of the year. It's still number 22, but I was really disappointed. But Rambo: Last Blood. I wanted this to be in my top 3 of the year. And I think it's a really good Stallone film. I just don't think it's a really good Rambo film. I think they could have done the same storyline minus the family and just made it better. But yeah, that one. And then 21 for me, surprisingly, is Aladdin. I really enjoyed Aladdin. I'm not a big Guy Ritchie. I didn't even know he made the movie until I think after I saw it. But I'm not a big Guy Ritchie fan, but Aladdin might be my favorite movie of his. But I thought the casting was really done well. Besides Jafar, Will Smith was incredible in it. The dancing and songs, choreography, all that was really good. So yeah, I enjoyed it. That's my 30 through 21.
Boom.
Boom. What happened to Tony?
He died.
What happened to our host?
We lost our host. We have to run it on the mill.
He's trying to charge his phone, but when he put the charger in, he couldn't put headphones in, so we were all echoing real bad. So I don't know if his phone died or if he's charging it for a minute.
Okay. Let's keep it rolling.
So my 30 would be Fighting with My Family. I thought it was really, really well done. I'm a huge fan of Nick Frost. I thought he was great in it as Paige's dad. I'm a huge WWE fan, not now, but like old school WWE fan. And it was just cool the way they did it. I love that whole story of Paige and her family in general. I was familiar with it already, so I loved it. It was really good. 29, Ready or Not. Did not expect to. Well, I wouldn't say it. I was excited about it, and then when they showed that second trailer at the theater and it showed half the kills in the movie, that made me like, eh. But then I went into it. I had a lot of fun with this movie, man. I loved the ending, that they didn't do what people were thinking was going to happen. So my number 29 was Ready or Not. 28, John Wick 3. Same as Jordan, nonstop action. Thought it was better than John Wick 2. I got 1, 3, and 2 as my favorites. 27, Long Shot. I thought it was a really well done comedy with Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron. Can't go wrong with Seth Rogen to me, man. I think he's great. 26 is one that they haven't seen, I don't think, and I hope they get to see it soon. I thought it's really good, man. Bloodline. It was Sean William Scott, and I did not expect this movie to be any good. But here I am doing our countdown, and it's in my top 30 movies of 2019. I thought he did great in it. It's really bloody. I think it's shot really well. It's not your normal Blumhouse. It's one of the Blumhouse to me that's good. Not a lot of these other shitty ones. Let's see. Where are we at? 25. 25 for me, Crawl. Had a lot of fun with it. Great creature feature. I thought it was really a lot of fun. Really scary at parts as well. 24 is a movie called Dark Place that I watched on Amazon Prime the day before we went to Atlanta, and I thought it was awesome.
That's
really,
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, really good suspense thriller.
I haven't even heard of
Prime,
that.
I think. Yeah, that's where I watched. I can't remember if it was Prime or YouTube. I think it's Prime. Definitely recommend checking that one out, man.
I missed that one in the theater.
Yeah, it's really, really good. 23, 21 Bridges, which I just watched like 2 weeks ago. Chadwick Boseman, I thought did a great job in it. A great like thriller, cop thriller. 22 is one that I can't believe. I want to say I can't believe. When I saw this cover in the store, I was like, this is a joke. American Dreamer, number 22. Jim Gaffigan, who's just a ridiculous comic, stand-up comic. But it's like a suspense thriller he's in. He's playing like an Uber or Lyft driver. It's almost kind of like Collateral, kind of. But they don't pull any punches, bro. Like they take a turn that you're like, oh my God, they did that. But this I thought it was great. I mean, it's on Prime, but I ended up buying it. I'm glad I did. It's really, really good. It's worth checking out.
What's it called?
American Dreamer with Jim Gaffigan.
Okay.
The fact that he plays like just a guy that's down on his luck, that's going through a divorce, and he's just an Uber driver, and he's got this deal worked out with this gangster type dude that like he'll drive him around while he's going around doing his stuff, and then some stuff happens, and it's worth checking out, man. I thought it was great. And then my number 21, Dragged Across Concrete. I thought it was really, really good.
I missed that one. I have it. I just didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Isn't it the same guy that did Brawl and Cell Block?
Yeah.
99 and
I think so, yeah.
Tomahawk. Yeah, man, it's along those same lines. If you're fans of those, then I think you'd be a fan of this one. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, for sure.
That style is just great to me, that gritty style. But that's my 30 to 21.
All right.
Yeah.
My number 30, which I don't know if either one of you guys watched it. That's Rocket Man, the Elton John kind of musical. Taron Egerton, I thought he's amazing in it. He does a great job. He could definitely be it's got musical aspects to it, but I thought it was really, really well done. 29 is Ready or Not, which I believe we all talked about earlier. I thought it was pretty well done. 28, I don't think either one of you guys watched this. This is a Netflix with good old Uncle Kevin, The Highwaymen, with Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson.
Dude, I just kept forgetting about that one.
Yeah, it was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I thought, Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson do great together. They play like bounty hunters or U.S. Marshals, I believe is what they are, and they're going after Bonnie and Clyde. Really well done. I had a lot of fun with that one. Let's see, 30, 29, 20. 27 was Long Shot, Seth Rogen. It's a completely ridiculous movie. Like the story is no way possible ever going to happen, but there's the comedy in it. Seth Rogen kills it again. So that one's really good. 26 was Crawl, which I really enjoyed in the theater. It was like in my top 10 at that point in time, but then all these great movies came out, and now it's gotten pushed all the way down. And then next up, see, that's 25, which I don't believe you guys have seen yet, and that was Richard Jewell.
No, it comes out.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood directed film. Clint always kills it with his movies. I kind of knew about the story, but seeing the backstory and the way it was done, really good. Good one as well. And then Triple Frontier, which I watched later in the year, probably because why it's higher on my list than your guys. I'm surprised that one didn't get a theatrical release. Like it did. I really think it, could have done well in the theaters. 23 was John Wick Chapter 3, just another over-the-top action. Keanu Reeves film. He kills in that. This first one's still my favorite, but this one was better than the second one to me. And then 22, I don't believe you guys have seen yet either. Midway. Did you guys watch that one? No.
I haven't seen it.
That's another one I enjoyed watching in the theater. Like I said, all these movies could really, if I watched them again, some might move up, down. They're all pretty similar as far as my watchability on them. And then number 21 for me was the recent watch, Color Out of Space. H.P. Lovecraft film. Just absolutely crazy. Another Nicolas Cage, one of the 8,000 films he made last year. But I thought that would look great. The story kind of looked. I'm kind of like Jordan. I wished it would have went a little more far fetched. But I still really enjoyed it. It's 21 on my list.
Perfect timing, Tony.
Perfect
Yeah.
time.
Boom.
We're down to the last 20.
Here I am.
I'll
Here I
slide
am.
around again.
All right.
So what's
Tony.
your number 20, Jordan?
All right, we're just going one at a time now.
Yeah, let's take
Yeah,
Well,
I got enough charge to get me through for a little bit longer.
Cool.
Are we just going one at a time now?
Yeah, we can just do that. That way we knock out these last 20.
Sure.
All right, number 20 for me was El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie that came on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Love Breaking Bad. I think it's one of the best TV shows ever. It was just a nice little wrap up if you're a fan of Jesse. You know, it wasn't needed, but at the same time, he was the one aspect of the TV show that just kind of faded off, and you don't really know what happened to him. So, it answered some of that stuff. So, yeah, it was enjoyable. I actually wanted to like it a little more. It just felt like a long episode.
Yep.
Of Breaking
Actually,
Bad.
Joe, why don't you just do 20 to 10, and then we'll go around for the last 10.
That's cool, mate.
What are we doing?
Why don't you just do 20 to 11, and then when the last 10, we'll just go around.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, 20 through what? 11?
11, yeah.
Just like we've been doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
just like we were doing.
Okay. All right. The audio's cutting out again. Now that Tony's back, my audio's all
Oh,
weird.
Jesus.
It's all Tony's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Tony.
Tony's just sitting there staring too. I don't even know how to I can't get any emotion out of Tony. All right. 19 for me was Lion King. My favorite Disney movie. So just had a lot of fun watching that. 18 for me was Glass, which really surprised me. It took me forever to get around to watching it. And I thought Split was okay. But Glass surprised me. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun watching it. 17, Dragged Across Concrete. Obviously a slow burn, but just super gritty. Had so much fun with it. 16 for me, really hard watch, but I just think it was amazing. Marriage Story. It's 16 just because it's not going to be quite as rewatchable, but might have been one of the best acted movies that I watched. Of 2019. I thought they just Adam Driver and what's her name killed it. 15, 1917. I thought this was going to be a top 5 film for me, but it wasn't. It fell a little short just on. I don't know. It was all about just the cinematography and the editing. That's what that movie was supposed to be about, and it was incredible, just for that aspect of it. 14, Peanut Butter Falcon. Just such a good, feel good movie. Love Shia LaBeouf. I was just really happy with that one. 13 was The Lighthouse. Just a crazy film. Just all over the place. I don't even know really what I watched. I need to watch it again. But I really enjoyed it. I liked the sound design in it, the score in it. And I dug it. The whole thing he was going for, trying to make it feel different, worked for me. So, number 12, this was in my top 10 for so long, and I didn't want to take it out, but it worked its way to 12. And that is Dolomite Is My Name. Just hilarious. Loved every aspect of it. It's really cool seeing Eddie Murphy make this big comeback. And number 11 was Avengers Endgame. Epic, awesome movie. Really awesome theater experience. Solid wrap up to, I guess, that phase of Marvel. but yeah, that's my 20 through 11.
Whammy.
Chad.
Tony?
Go for it, Chad.
Go for it, Chad.
Okay. 20 for me, same as Jordan, El Camino. Thought it was really solid. Like everything Jordan said, I totally agree. I mean, it just felt like a movie-length episode of Breaking Bad. Wrapped up Jesse's character. Thought it was really well done. 19 for me, Zombieland 2, Double Tap. Had a lot of fun with it, obviously. Huge fan of the first one. Enjoyed this one just as much. Not just as much. I like the first one better. But still really liked it. 18, Dolomite Is My Name. Did not expect this to be funny at all because I wasn't sure about Eddie Murphy since he's been around, hadn't been doing movies like this in so long, but it was hilarious. Really well done. 17 for me is a movie I did not expect to like in the slightest, and here it is in my top 20. Lighthouse. Can't believe it. The movie was terrifying. It was awkward. It was off-putting. It was really well done. A couple of parts in it were funny, like not meaning to be, I don't think, but the ending terrified me. Really well done. 16 is, I'm different. I know everybody else didn't like it. It Chapter 2, I thought me with It Chapter 2 is like Jordan with Glass. Me and him like switched those two kind of in Triple Frontier, but I really enjoyed it. 15, same. I liked it better than they did. Rambo: Last Blood. I get the points that they were making about it, but Stallone, man, I thought it was really good. I thought it was a lot of fun. 14, Avengers Endgame. Again, like Jordan said, wrapped up the Avengers saga pretty well. 13 for me, I need to watch this again. It may be higher, maybe lower, but I dug it. It's just a long movie. That's Irishman. I was hoping it was going to be in my top 3, top 5 when it came out. But it's in my top 15. It's a long movie, man. It's 3.5 hours. But I love Scorsese. He's my favorite director. Love De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, all of them. I just need to rewatch it. Number 12, just watched this last week. I really dug it. Ford versus Ferrari. Ford versus Ferrari, I thought it was really well done. It looked amazing. And the performances were awesome. Of course, there's great actors in that as well. And number 11 for me would be Dr. Sleep. Thought Dr. Sleep was well done as also. Slow burn as well. I just watched the theoretical. I don't know how much of a difference there is in that and the 3-hour version. I mean, obviously there's 30 minutes, but need to watch that version. It can get a little bit confusing for me because I get confused easy, but I still dug it a lot. Obviously, it's in my top 15, but that's my 20 to 11.
The dog shit out of it.
All right, number 20 for me was Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I thought it looked amazing. I know a lot of people they loved or hated this film. For me, I thought it was a good wrap up of the Skywalker saga. Number 19 for me, I think was, you guys said as well, was a huge surprise, and that was Dolomite Is My Name. Eddie Murphy hopefully is making a big comeback. He was great in it. I'm actually looking forward to Coming to America too now. Now that he's, we can see that he's got somewhat of a comedic side still. Number 18 for me is Marriage Story. Really well done movie. Super depressing. Scarlett Johansson's hair is absolutely depressing. But Adam Driver.
How did I forget to mention?
Yeah, Adam Driver is amazing. I think he's a great actor. Continuing to watch it. He can play so many different parts and does a great job at it. I mean, he can go from playing that to playing Kylo Ren. I mean, he's just all over the spectrum. I think he's a really, really good actor. And then number 17 for me was Avengers Endgame. Great wrap up. I didn't like it as much as the one before it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree with that.
It was still, I mean, all those films are still fun films to me. But yeah, well,
Oh yeah.
Let's see, 16, I believe. This one I have next. 2019, 16 was 1917. Which I'm like Jordan. I expected it to be like definitely in my top 10. But for me, it just had like a lot of lull moments. There was a lot of great like shot portions and a lot of great action in it. But then there was like some of the dull story moments just kind of killed it for me. Kept it from being definitely in the top 10. 15 for me was The Lighthouse, which is that's another one I need to rewatch again because it's crazy. But Robert Pattinson, I think he's a great actor. I mean, he's really, I think, starting to show that he can do, a lot of different stuff. I'm kind of looking forward to him as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
14, Jordan mentioned earlier, Hagazusa. It's one definitely not for everybody. Very artsy film, kind of on that realm of like The Witch almost. But yeah, it's different, that's for sure. German film, I believe, but I had a lot of fun with it. Or I wouldn't say fun with it, but it was definitely a very well done movie, I believe. 13 for me. I'm guessing this is in your guys' top 10. Was Brightburn. I thought it was a good horror superhero film, kind of like if Superman would have went bad, type thing. I don't know. They kind of set it up for a sequel. I kind of hope there's not because I think they should just end it there. But yeah, very well done. Number 12 for me, Knives Out, which we mentioned earlier. It kind of reminded me of Clue almost in a way. And then 11, which is probably one of the bigger surprise films for me of the year, was The Peanut Butter Falcon. Shia LaBeouf, he actually killed it this year. I have another one about to mention him earlier. But yeah, I've gotten to the point now where I almost want to watch everything that he comes out with, just because he can hit that range of acting in all kinds of different phases. So
I agree.
Yep, that's it for me. I guess we're now to top 10.
Let's go, Tony.
Number 10. Number 10. Number 10.
Jordan.
So now we're just going.
Yeah,
now
we'll just go back and forth now.
Okay. All right, number 10 for me, you just mentioned it, Brightburn. It's always just kind of been floating there in the top.
Yeah, it was in my
10,
top 10
top
for a long
15.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. I gave it a rewatch, once it came out, and just a lot of fun. Just a really just fun movie, beginning to end.
Yeah, I mean, it's some pretty gruesome parts in it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. The end credit scene sets it up for sequels, though.
Yeah. Which kind of hope they don't do, but
I don't know how that did in the box office.
I think it did
didn't
pretty
really hear much about it after it came out.
Yeah, I think it did pretty solid.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to it. I don't fucking know. So I'm just guessing. Number 10, Chad.
Number 10, Knives Out. I love this movie, man. I wasn't, I thought I was going to think it was okay when I went and saw it. But through all these movies I've seen, it's still in my top 10. I thought Daniel Craig was hilarious in it, and I thought he did really well. I love the story of it. The main chick that's in it, I thought she did great. She's the blonde chick from Knock Knock.
Giggity.
She was giggity in Knock Knock. But she did really well in this, man. I love the performances. I look forward to seeing what they do with Daniel Craig's character going forward. I think they're going to try to maybe make some other kind of movies like that with his character, so that should be fun. So my number 10.
Boom. 10 for you, Paul.
Number 10 for me, I believe. I know Jordan's already mentioned it, but I don't know if Chad did yet. That's Dr. Sleep. I thought it was a great follow-up to The Shining, of course, 40 years later or whatever. But I mean, it tied in a lot of the stuff with the Overlook Hotel for me, and just it made like a great sequel. I need to rewatch it because I haven't watched it since the theater, but I liked it enough that it's pretty much stayed right at that top 10 level. Like I said, these like kind of 9 through 12 could really easily another watch could change up, but as of right now, it's my number 10.
Now we're inside of it now.
Yeah.
Number 9. We're inside of it.
Number 9 for me, Honey Boy, Shia LaBeouf.
LaBeouf.
That one.
Shia LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. Yeah, man, it was just an amazing film. You know, obviously this was like a passion project for him, all about his life and his dad. And, you know, it's a very honest take on kind of the toxic relationship he had with his dad and his family, trying to make it in Hollywood and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy, but amazing film, just amazing.
I look forward to buying that one. I hate that I missed it.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
It is on Prime again. I know it wasn't for a while. Well, I'll have to watch it this week. Number 9 for me. Sorry, go ahead, Tony.
No, you're good. Go take it, baby.
Number 9 for me, Brightburn. This was in my top 5 for the majority of the year, and then in the last couple of months it got knocked down. But I thought this movie was awesome. I loved the way it was shot. I loved the story. I loved the kills. The kid in it was great. I loved it, man. Really well done. Number 9, Brightburn.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, man.
Number 9 for me, I think Chad mentioned earlier, was Ford versus Ferrari. I mean, Matt Damon, Christian Bale, both amazing performances in that one. Yeah, it's one of those I thought would get more praise, you know, from Hollywood and whatnot, but it kind of fell in the middle, I think, for them. But yeah, I really enjoyed Ford versus Ferrari. Another great Christian Bale, Matt Damon performance.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Looking forward to checking that one out.
8.
8?
Yep. 8.
Number 8 for me. It's already been talked about. Long Shot. I'm a huge
Wow.
Seth Rogen. Yeah, huge Seth Rogen fan, and I just really enjoyed it, beginning to end. It is far fetched, you know. It gets a little out there, but I didn't expect it to blend so well of being like a romantic comedy and being a Seth Rogen comedy.
Yeah.
But I loved it. So
You need to check
my
that one
favorite
out.
comedy of the year for sure.
Really?
Yeah. If you like Seth Rogen.
No, yeah. I'm a huge Seth Rogen fan.
Yeah.
I have to keep an eye out for that one then. Numero 8.
Numero 8, Us. Jordan Peele killed it. Loved it. Was late to the party on it. Didn't get to see it at the theater. I know y'all, Tony and Jordan did. I'm not sure if you got to see it at the theater.
Yeah, I did.
But I missed it at the theater and got it way late after it came out on 4K and sat down one night and watched it, dude. I was glued, man. The score, the way it's shot, everything about it, man, was awesome. I like it better than Get Out, like pretty like decisively, like. But yeah, my number 8.
And you were big on Get Out.
No, I liked Get Out. Yeah, but I liked Us better.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. I agree.
Number 8 for me. I actually didn't watch this one in theater, which is kind of rare because usually I watch all his films in theater. And first time watch, it was actually outside the top 10. But second time I watched it, it moved up, and that's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino. It's not Quentin Tarantino-esque like the rest of his films, and this one does, for me, get a little slow in some parts, but that ending is just totally 100% Quentin Tarantino. Just off the wall. And amazing performance by Brad Pitt. You know, he's great in it.
Cliff Booth.
Yeah, Cliff Booth.
The man.
Gotta love it. And Leonardo DiCaprio's great as well, but Brad Pitt, I think, kind of steals the show in that. So, yeah, number 8, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Inching closer to that top 5.
Yeah. Number 7.
Number 7 for me.
Seven.
Paul just mentioned it before. Ford versus Ferrari. It felt like just a classic like movie you grow up with. You know, like one you've watched growing up all the time. It's just so much fun. Just a really good fun, feel good movie. I don't give a shit about cars, but
Christian Bale.
it was just really well done.
Yeah, he's pretty incredible.
Christian Bale, just amazing.
Pretty incredible guy. I like him. Number 7.
Number 7 for me, Uncut Gems, man. I thought Adam Sandler just absolutely killed this movie. It was a 2-hour panic attack, but I loved it. And then the ending, holy shit. I love this movie, man. I can't wait to watch it again. It just came out on Blu-ray last week. Haven't had a chance to watch it again, but I saw it at the theater, and I loved it, man. Sandler really, really showed he can do them roles, man. I mean, he's done romantic comedy roles, like with
I think it's
but this was out the box for him, and he killed it.
Injustice that he didn't get nominated for anything.
Oh, it was very, very.
Yeah, that is a shame for as much praise as it got. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I did actually pick that one up.
Oh, you're gonna love it, Tony.
Yeah, you'll love it, Tony.
It's right up your alley.
All right, number 7. Number 7 for me, Midsummer.
Nice.
I mean,
It made the top 10.
Yeah,
I thought
it's
I'd be
great.
by
I mean, it's
myself.
crazy. I mean, I'm always a fan of the artsy films. I think me and Jordan are probably the only ones out of this group here that really we usually
Top 60.
get into them more. Chad's getting more. I think dipping his toes into the more of the artsy stuff, but
Me, not so much.
I mean, there's just so
Taking a
many awkward moments in it. I mean, I can see. I didn't watch it in theater, but I can understand. Actually, I think I did, but it was a lot later, like toward the last bit of it. But I can imagine being in a packed theater next to people watching some of these scenes that were just.
Oh, it was
I can only imagine
terrible for me.
And y'all were sitting on the second row too.
I mean, the way
Yeah.
it's done, it's just shot all great. I mean, it's one of those films like you feel like you should be on something when you're watching it because it's just so over the top, crazy. Yeah, huge fan of Midsummer.
Yeah, that was an uncomfortable setting seeing that movie in because I had Chad on one side of me and then two women on the other side of me that we were literally laughing during some of the scenes. It was just
There's some awkwardness to that, but yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad I
Yeah.
wasn't with y'all that day.
Yeah.
Oh, the stink face, the tape face coming off me during that. Number 6.
All right, number 6 for me was Us. This was my number 1 for the first half of the year. Just really enjoyed it. Loved. I think the music was probably my favorite part of it. But Jordan Peele, like, sign me up. You know, I wasn't crazy on Get Out, but I mean, it's very apparent. Like he knows what he's doing. I like his style. I like his storytelling, and just really enjoyed it. It just kind of got pushed back as the rest of the year continued. But
It's a good one.
yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
What's your number 6, Chad?
My number 6 is Parasite. I thought Parasite was
nice.
very, 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 very well done. It's like 4 genres in one movie, man. It's comedy, it's dark comedy, it's a horror movie at the end, it's suspense thriller, it's a drama. It's shot so amazing. I'm so glad it's getting a 4K and it's getting a Criterion too. I'm gonna go with 4K, but this movie was crazy, man. It was a crazy movie, and it takes you in a direction that, well, at least speaking on my behalf, like I didn't know where we were going with it when we were watching it. When I was watching it, like I didn't know, but
Yeah, I didn't know anything when I watched it.
no, I was sitting here just glued, just like when I watched Us, man. And I'm glad that it got the love that it got because it deserved it. I think. I mean, it was really good.
Definitely deserving.
Yeah. So what are we at 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So number
Yeah.
6 for me was Honey Boy.
Nice.
Shia LaBeouf, dude. I mean, he's actually becoming probably one of my favorite actors of late, just because he does such different stuff in each movie. I mean,
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Falcon was great this year. Honey Boy, both of these are like in my top 15. I mean, it's great. Like this, Shia LaBeouf had a fucked up childhood. Like if it was anything similar to what this movie is, the relationship him and his dad had together. I mean, you really feel for him in the movie at times, and then at times you're like, he's a little shit. But yeah, I just think it was a great, emotional spend of a type of movie. I had a lot. I really enjoyed Honey Boy. Definitely recommend checking that one out.
Boom. Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
This is
Here
it.
we go.
Huh?
Top 5.
Yeah,
Five.
this is it. Ring it in. There.
All right. Number 5 for me would be Parasite.
Yes.
Flawless film. Not going to be quite as rewatchable. I think we can all agree on. You're not going to watch it as much, but yeah, just blown away. I got lucky enough to go. I found a little theater in Nashville that was showing it, and got to see it there, and just had no idea what I was getting into outside of it just being a Korean film. But I loved it. I walked out super happy and excited. It was just super well done, and yeah, I'm glad it won everything that it won. For sure.
Dun, dun, dun. Number 5.
Dun, dun.
Number 5 for me, man. I liked it better than Jordan and Paul did. 1917, man.
Hell yeah.
I loved it, man. I know that a lot of people are saying that it lacked, like the story lacked, but to me, I was glued. I was locked in with the story because I just love that it just followed that one. Mainly the one soldier all the way through. Aside from all just the way it was shot, it was amazingly shot. We all know that. The cinematography and just the continuous, the way they made it look, the editing and all that's insane. But I was just locked in with that character. And a lot of it wasn't so much, I mean, he did a good job as the actor, but it was just, I don't know, the way that it was directed. I don't know. I thought it was awesome, man. I look forward to watching it again.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that one.
It's getting a 4K.
Yeah, for sure. 24th.
All right.
Showed enough.
My number 5 was actually my number 1 horror film of last year, and that was Jordan Peele's Us. I mean, yeah, Jordan Peele. I mean, the guy. I mean, he's a hell of a director. I mean, he's got us hooked now to where I think we're just every time he's releasing something, he's going to fall into that, Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, to where you're going to have to go see whatever he's, directing in theater. I mean, would have never thought, from the Key and Peele skits that, he could have been a director like this, but, God knows what he's doing. That's for sure. So yeah, Us, great film.
For sure.
Numero 4.
All right, number 4 for me is Midsummer. I think it's the movie I saw the most. I don't know. Well, there's another one that might have beat it, but I don't know. I went and saw it the first time by myself before anybody else had seen it, and coming off of Hereditary, obviously I was super pumped, and I was just on the edge of my seat. The first watch, and it was one of those movies I went home, I stopped thinking about, and I watched it 2 or 3 more times, I think, and just really dig it. I don't know. It's got some uncomfortable scenes for sure, but I really enjoyed it.
Boom, son.
And yeah. Mm-mm. I'm in the minority. Most people
No,
like
I
that
don't
one.
think you are.
No, I think
I think they're in the minority of liking it that much, but I mean, it's
I
like I
think
said, I like
we're,
it a lot
me
better
and
the second
Paul
time
are in the
I watched it.
minority.
So my number 4 would be Peanut Butter Falcon, man.
I'll be right back. My audio's acting up.
Okay. Peanut Butter Falcon would be my number 4. Shia LaBeouf killed it. Zach killed it. The guy that played Zach, he did a great job. I just love that story, man. Shia LaBeouf has he's a great actor. That's why he can do this, but he can make you get invested in him really quickly. And a lot of that's just the way just how good he can portray this stuff on film, I think. I hate that I missed Honey Boy before the end of the year, man, because I really wanted to see that because I'm sure it'd probably be up here too. But I thought Peanut Butter Falcon was awesome, man. It's my number 4.
Definitely good. My number 4, I know you guys weren't as big of fans as I was of it. And I think the only thing that's keeping it from probably being in a top 2 is the length of the film, and that's The Irishman. Martin Scorsese to me kills it again. Like I said, if it wasn't for it being 3+ hours long, it'd probably be in the top 2 for me.
Yeah, if it was 30 minutes shorter, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, De Niro, Pacino, they're all Pesci, they're all great again. Amazing performances overall. Like I said, yeah, if it would have just been a little bit shorter, I think. But there's times of it though that I'm like, man, this is perfect length, But yeah, they could have cut 5-10 minutes off this scene, and yeah, probably cut it down about 30 minutes. But yeah, overall, amazing film, great film for me. I look forward to. Is it Criterion that's putting that out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'll definitely grab that on Criterion. I don't know if it's something I'd rewatch a lot though. With it being the length of it, but yeah, I loved it. Loved Irishman.
Yeah, I've still got to watch that one. I just haven't had the
Yeah, it's a long one.
4-hour
You almost
break.
have to break it up into 2 parts.
What was y'all's number 4?
His was Peanut Butter Falcon. Mine was Irishman.
Oh, okay.
Number 3.
Tony, have you seen Irishman yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't set the time to watch that one yet.
Yeah, it's one you got to break in half almost.
All right, number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3, man. This was not my number 3 when I saw it in the theater, but I've watched it twice since then, and it gets better every time I watch it. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I walked out of the theater kind of underwhelmed. The ending was amazing. It's still written well. It's still written like a Tarantino film. It just doesn't have the intensity of like a Tarantino
Until that
film.
last 15 minutes. Yeah.
Until the end. But I think it's gonna age well. I can just tell on the rewatch that I think it fits really nice and on Tarantino's filmography. You get a little bit of everything with all of his films. And I think this one's just like a really just fun, just kind of feel good type of movie. So yeah, loved it.
Damn. See, I still haven't seen that one either.
Yep.
Number 3 for Chetty.
Number 3 for Chetty Bobby, just like Jordan said, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, man.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about this movie, but Jordan said it. I'm going to say it. A couple of my buddies at work have said it. Another one of my buddies that I talk to all the time said it. First time they watched it, they thought it was cool. They thought it was okay. I watched it 3 times, and it kept creeping up. It was probably in my top 25 the first time. Then I watched it again, and it was in my top 15. Then I watched it again, and now it's number 3. I don't know, dude. Tarantino's a beast, bro. And this is probably my favorite Brad Pitt performance in a long time. In a long time for sure. I have to go through and look at all of his to, But DiCaprio killed it like always. That last 30 minutes, incredible. The way that Tarantino can create a time frame, you know what I mean? Like, it just so good, bro. I loved it, man. Number 3. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. For sure.
All right, number 3 for me, guys already mentioned it, and that's Parasite.
Boom.
I mean, like Chad said, it's just so many different movies all wrapped up into one. I mean, you've got a horror, you've got drama, you've got dark comedy. I mean, and there's just so many like uneasy moments where you're just kind of waiting for, that shoot or drop or something to happen, and then it twists in another direction. It goes this direction, like it's just, but it's done so well. Like, it's it goes off in different directions, but they put it together so well to where it's just not, it just meshes perfectly to me. I mean, it definitely, I'm glad it got all the accommodations that it got because it definitely deserved it. I mean, as far as, probably one of the best made movies of the year for sure. But yeah, number 3 for me, Parasite.
Hell yeah.
Here we go.
All right, number 2 for me is Uncut Gems.
Boom.
Went and saw it in the theater, and I'm a big fan of Good Time. The what's the brothers? The Safdie brothers.
Yeah.
Big fan of Good Time. I haven't seen anything else that they've done. I think Good Time was their first big like feature film. But I could be wrong on that. Do y'all know?
I believe that's right.
That's the only 2 that I know of are those.
Okay. But yeah, man, just one of those kind of anxiety-driven films, edge of your seat, just nonstop, beginning to end. Sandler obviously killed it, but what's the chick's name in it? That chick was her first movie.
My favorite chick of all time now.
Man.
Woo.
Oh man,
She is another level.
But yeah, just incredible. Really good score to it, and really enjoyed it. I haven't watched it since I bought it, but loved it.
That's one I'm
Absolutely
excited
loved
about.
Yeah, you should be.
Oh boy, let's hear your number 2, Chad.
Hang on. I was trying to see what her name was because I love her. Julia Fox. Giga T.
Yeah.
My number 2, man. Golly, man. I was teary-eyed when I left this movie. Just Mercy, bro. This movie, I don't think any of these guys have seen it. Jamie Foxx, Michael B. Jordan. This movie is incredible, bro. I saw it late, right before it left the theater. This is one I kept just skipping. I was like, I'll go see it. Or I'll wait till it comes out. I'm glad that I didn't skip it that day because I think the week after it left the theater. It's so good, man. I'm a huge Jamie Foxx fan and a Michael B. Jordan fan. And they both kill it in this movie. Of course, it's based on a true story. And it's just one of those movies it just gets you. It hits you in the heart several times during the movie. And Jamie Foxx is so good in it. Michael B. Jordan killed it, but Jamie Foxx's character acting in this movie is so good, playing this guy that was locked up for something that he didn't do. And that's basically, it's what it's about. But I can't wait for y'all to watch and see what y'all think of it, if y'all haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've heard it's amazing.
It's so good, bro. It's so good. I can't wait till it comes out. Let's watch it again.
All right, Paul, give it to us.
All right, my number 2 is following along with Jordan's, Uncut Gems. I think, honestly, Adam Sandler's best performance ever.
Yeah.
I mean, anxiety level in this one is just, and they do so much. They do loud noises, people talking over other people. I mean, just to get your anxiety level like amped up even more. There's so many moments that are like uncomfortable and like you're just, you almost don't want to watch just because just uncomfortableness. And then the ending, I wasn't expecting it at all. So it just kind of totally blew me away. Just to me, that movie, if it wasn't for the number 1 movie that just is, of course, one of the best movies I've seen in the last, 10 years, this movie would have definitely been number 1 for me. I mean, it was a huge surprise too. Like I was expecting, I was like, it might be pretty decent, might be in my top 10. But I was really blown away with Uncut Gems.
When I saw the trailer for it, I was like, this looks like this could be a heavy hitter when we were at the theater.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I mean, because Adam Sandler,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
dressed up like a Jewish guy with rings and stuff, and then talking on. I was like, I don't know. This might be, I don't know if this is gonna be hit or miss, but it was great, big hit. I'm looking forward to watching it again.
The trailer gave me a vibe of like White Boy Rick.
Yeah,
kind of. And White Boy Rick was good, but it was like top 30 or 40 last year.
Yeah.
It wasn't this one. Wasn't top 5, y'all top 3. It's in my top 10, but yeah, man.
So
All right, Tony, we've talked about 100 movies, the three of us. How about you talk about the last one?
Well, it's pretty much a unanimous decision on what the number one movie
I know.
is.
That's why you can just go. You talk about it.
You talk
It's the Joker. It's the fucking Joker.
Joker,
yeah.
Joker. Just a masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece of just going into the mind of a psycho. In my thoughts of it, I don't want them to make a sequel of it because in my theory about the whole thing is that all the events or pretty much the main events of the movie all happened in his head, and he was in the mental hospital the whole time, and the real Joker is out there still, and he cut and just played it all out in his head. But it's just I've watched it 4 times, and just
it's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. It really is. Joaquin Phoenix, the way that he was able to get into that character is just unbelievable, and the weight that he lost to do it.
Yeah.
He ate an apple a day to lose that. I think like 50 pounds. The director,
that's crazy.
The director told him he'd get him a nutritionist to help him out with it, and he was like, "No, I've got this. I'll eat an apple a day." Okay.
You just starve to death. You'd be like, no, I'm going to die.
I
don't even want the film.
Like I said, just the selfish part of me. Like I said, I don't want them to do a sequel because
they don't need to, bro. They're going to because it made $1 billion.
I don't want one either.
But they're going to.
I just because it just blows my theory, what I think of the movie, just completely out of the water if they do a sequel. But just with that,
I mean, that's what's so great about it, man. You can look at it in so many different ways. I've kind of watched that movie in 3 different ways every time I've watched it. Trying to look at different things and consider different possibilities for different scenes, and I definitely think some of it's made up in his head. I don't know all of it, but it's just such a brilliant movie.
It is. It really is.
If you took out the Joker, like Batman element out of it, it would still be an amazing, dramatic, like thriller film of just about a mental illness.
Yeah, if it had nothing to do with Batman or Joker, like it would still be.
And even, and then sometimes shoehorning Batman stuff into it, kind of like the way they did, that would be a little risky. Some of the decisions they made, but it worked. It just worked. And the score, what Hildur, whatever her name is, she cleaned up. She won all the awards for best score.
Thank you, Trini.
Just amazing the way it was shot.
Hell,
Paul was dancing on those steps.
Yeah. Paul I even had good steps when I went to New York. I mean, it's like I said, I think one of the best films I've seen in the last 10 years.
It was.
I mean, has rewatchability, and like Jordan said, even if it had nothing to do with Joker and Batman, just in the mind of a schizophrenic person. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix does just an amazing job at it.
Yeah. How he's able to get into a character is pretty fucking amazing. Because I mean, even in Walk the Line, he plays a perfect job. I mean, even the little mannerisms of Johnny Cash that he was able to nail. And that he's an amazing actor.
No, he is. Yeah, he can really get into character very well.
So that's my list, everybody.
Trini, you had a great list, Tony.
Well, Joker's amazing, bro.
It really is.
Fucking did it. What was that? 3.5 hours?
Yeah. 3.5 hours.
And I want to say
Man.
shout out to the chat because even though y'all weren't talking a lot, we've stayed at 23 to 26 viewers for the last 2.5 hours. It is not dipped for 23. So they've been staying and watching the whole time with us. So I appreciate y'all for doing
3.5 hours. God
that. Stayed at
bless.
23 viewers and
I
up.
bet you half of them we probably put them to sleep and they just haven't turned off the stream.
This is probably true. This is probably true.
They just fell asleep to us.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would take 3.5 hours.
Well,
Well,
100 that's a
Looking
100
back,
movies is
we probably should have done them 10 a wop.
yeah.
Like, that went faster, but we were just spitballing it because we didn't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
got it done.
Yeah, we probably could have done less talking about some of those real shit films at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Probably once we get down
Well,
like
2019, hell of a movie year.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this year. If we get movies, it seems like a lot of getting pushed back due to the coronavirus issue.
Yeah, hopefully we have a list for 20.
Hopefully we have a list, you know.
Well, I could guarantee you 2 of them that's going to be at the top of my list for this year. And that's Tenet and Top Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can go and guarantee Tenet's probably gonna be number 1.
Yep, and I'm sure Top Gun won't be that far behind it. I'm
It won't.
fucking pumped about. I mean, I'm super excited about Tenet coming out, but I think I'm more excited for Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And Wonder Woman and Halloween Kills. And
Oh yeah,
we got a bunch of good stuff this year.
Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
Quiet Place 2, if we ever get to watch it.
Yeah, if we ever get that one. It's supposed to get in May now. It just got pushed back to May. Unlike the new Fast and Furious, they got pushed back a whole year.
Yeah, they said fuck it. We're just gonna wait till next year.
Another new James Bond flick we're getting this year.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
New Ghostbusters.
Be good shit.
Yeah.
Got a variety of good stuff.
Well, let's wrap
Good
this shit up.
shit.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed, and my phone is literally about to die. Literally,
Early.
it's like on 2% right now. It's like dragging.
Well, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good night.
Appreciate
Peace,
y'all
everybody.
watching.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Bye.
Later.
Where's the
Peace.
camera at? Over here. Bye.